how to change the program from the monitor to the computer screen back to the big monitor? What about the audio? Why is the audio coming out of here and not there? And every day was something new.
It's literally mostly just drag and drop.
It's
most of the time.
never changed. I've been a nurse for the last 5-6 years,
it's always the
and
same
people are still having problems. Like yesterday, this poor lady, she couldn't find the button to click because it was a teaching thing. The teaching module. The teaching module was literally pointing her to all these yellow highlighted spots, and all she had to do was just follow the yellow highlighted spots. Andrea, I don't know where this is at. And I'm like, it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. And she's like,
Right
oh,
there.
thank you. I didn't know how to do it.
Saved.
You know
I'm
what?
just like-
You know what I love? You know what I love? When you can call IT and those motherfuckers can remote in, which is what I can do now.
That's all they do on my job. It's
Gone.
great.
It's the best thing.
Gone are the
I don't
days
have
where
to
I
leave my
have to
desk
sit there and
to check shit
meticulously
anymore. It's
explain
great.
something over the phone. I'm sorry, Ian.
For what?
For what? Life. Your work. Everything.
Oh, Dad, don't do that anymore.
He doesn't work. He doesn't work. He goes to meetings all day. It's
I don't
fine.
do that.
What do you
Yeah,
do
I
these
just do
days?
meetings. Do meetings and schedule.
Not meeting man?
Not fucking that.
The meeting, man.
Yeah, I do like 9 hours of meetings a week. Yeah,
what
it's not
the
bad.
fuck?
9 hours of just meetings? Like a whole work day of just
and
meetings?
that's pretty low. Like my manager at my job does like 12 to 15
Yeah, I was peaking
hours
at,
of meetings a week.
I was peaking at like 12 and a half.
What could there possibly be to talk
Well, because
about
there's a
bunch of
weekly
meetings that you don't
meeting,
really need
and there's
to.
a manager's meeting to talk about what they're going to do in the weekly meeting, and then they have to do a one-on-one with their higher ups, and then the higher ups every now and then.
Yeah, so there's like a couple different types of meetings, right? You have like your team meetings / your one-on-ones, right? So that's a half hour for two team meeting half hours makes an hour a week or an hour every 2 weeks. And then you have individual one-on-ones, which I've got 8 people, so that's 4 hours. That's once a month. And you've got your touch bases and recalibrations with your backup in the Philippines. And then you've got your weekly touch bases, and then you have your monthly touch bases, and then you have your direct report meeting with your reporting manager, and then you have your skip level with your director, and then we have the director has his reports meeting that you go to as well.
Okay, I get the report meetings. So the touch bases things are
it's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's literally just, hey,
dumb.
what are you doing?
It's what you doing and how can I help?
Did this pop up on your side? Nope. Oh, it's only on your side? Yep. Is it affecting your workplace?
What are you looking for?
Okay.
Wow.
The piece.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's in my
Yeah,
ear.
is it slowing you down? No.
And Alex,
Fuck it.
It's
if
stuck
this
in my
didn't
ear.
happen, nothing
No,
would get
it's
done
stuck
ever.
in my ear. I need your help.
I don't
to get
believe
it out.
that.
It's stuck in my ear.
Well,
That's what you think.
No.
But it's actually
Behind
important.
you, there's a pair of tweezers.
Because you'll have
they-
5 people doing all the
dragon
same thing.
Coaster.
There is a method to
I
the
see
madness.
what you're saying.
Yes.
This is hilarious.
We could, however, I believe, send out an email.
Dragon
and
coaster
join
to the
a
right.
chat.
To the right top, next to all the
But do
pins.
people
and
check
pins.
emails? No.
They're kind of snipped.
They should.
though, so maybe that's not the best.
They
way,
should,
it
but
might
they do
work.
not.
Yeah, I can't say that they
I
do.
need help.
I'm a little spoiled, I guess, because like I can, like we can physically look at our work.
Don't cut.
Yeah.
It's all right, dude. To be honest, a whole lot of the meetings, like the touch bases
Thanks,
that
babe.
are dumb, what I do is
Yeah, no, I almost died.
the GSC based ones that they
I'll try not to.
like create. I turn off my camera and I don't participate.
That's what my boss
So
does.
I just don't do anything because it's not required.
Yeah.
And
That's
there's
hilarious.
oftentimes there's nothing I can do, and my reporting manager is in the meeting anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't do anything. I just show up.
He does that on his. He'll because he's got. I don't think it's 9 hours, but he's got fucking stupid ass meetings too.
Yeah.
And it's basically he just he calls and then mutes it and then shuts the camera off and then goes to fix or do whatever the fuck he was doing.
That's what my boss does too. She mutes it. I don't know if she actually cuts the video, but then she calls us in and is like talking to us about something while the meeting's going on.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Cheers, by the way.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
everyone.
Cheers. Don't worry, it's
I
safe.
drank
All
all
in
mine
all, it's
already.
not too bad though, to be honest.
No. It could be worse.
Could always be worse.
I tell myself at least I'm not working at Family Dollar or Dollar Tree, one of those 2 places. Because I heard nothing
we've
but
been,
nightmares.
we've been there.
I've done worse for less money.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
I think we all have at this point, right?
Fuck yeah. Wiping ass sucked.
I don't know. I've
Wiping butts.
done the
does suck.
same job for
Wiping butt.
a very long time now.
Yeah.
Well, no, not true. I worked at Walmart for a time, and that was fucking worse.
Yeah.
Oh, you did the Walmart dance? Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the
that
morning
sucked.
dance.
Oh no. Mornings.
The real bad one is
Mornings.
what's
I'm
the
not
delivery
morning
service that comes around to your door with the truck with all the frozen goodies on it?
Swans.
Swans. Whenever you work there, you do have to go through a morning meeting. And you have to do like the morning workout with everyone.
Yeah, you
and,
gotta get them stretches.
and get hyped up. And yeah, it's a whole thing. So
All I have,
them. I didn't go work
have
with
to
them.
do is say good morning, and mostly
I
everybody
don't have to
wakes
talk
up.
to anybody. Kinda. I got to talk to a lot of people, but it's not so bad.
All I say is good morning, and I know that everybody around me is way.
Right?
I don't. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they don't make us do stretches or something fucking stupid like
You
that.
know, yeah.
You guys should. For like
oh,
climate
yeah.
you
trains
guys are
and
probably
stuff.
the
For
kings
real
of bulging
should.
discs, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's back and knees are fucked.
Yes.
100% all the way fucked.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
There's so many bow-legged tree trimmers that look like they've been riding in a saddle for fucking.
There's no
30
replacements
years.
for them.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no.
They're required to work the job until they hurt themselves enough.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, here's a good thing.
Yeah.
AI can't replace you. AI can't trim trees.
Until they,
AI
make a
cannot.
robot that can trim
They
trees.
have it is a machine. They just haven't put a
That you guys
computer
can.
on it yet.
Yeah. So you guys can control it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I
kind of.
think
Robot?
kinda.
Maybe.
They've got one that's basically it's like a small truck with an arm on it that comes out
Oh.
whack shit. But they've made this one in like Asia somewhere
Yeah.
that it's got wheels and you clip it on the tree
Yeah.
and it runs up the tree and it's got blades in between the wheels and it'll just
Oh, that's
strip
wild.
it. Yeah,
I think I've seen that.
yeah,
That's really
they
cool.
use it on like palm trees,
Yeah.
which aren't really trees; they're giant grass.
Yeah.
But
What?
yeah, palm trees, not tree, grass.
The things that make coconuts?
Yeah, grass.
What?
Yes.
Grass make coconuts?
Yes.
Yep.
Mine's blown.
Yeah,
Grass
it
nuts.
fucked me up the first time.
Grass nuts.
Grass nuts.
Oh.
Grass nuts. Let's
Now
go.
that's what you're gonna think of now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Whiskey Dice. By the way, my name is
Oh, yeah,
Brandon.
we're a D&D podcast.
and,
I forgot.
I'll be your dungeon master, and for the evening. And as always, I'm joined by the stars of the show after their long work week. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Ow.
Hello, my baby.
Good afternoon.
Good. Yes. You know what? Yeah,
Good
sure.
morning, Vietnam.
I don't
I
even
was
think
about to do that too.
I was thinking about it. I was like, nah, I better not go there. No.
we yeah. So this is what we do on Fridays. We all get together after long work weeks and decompress with conversation, bourbon, whiskey, and D&D. Tonight this is a fun one. I've never heard of it. We're drinking or trying Monk's Road. We picked this up at Ridge Liquors the other day, didn't we, honey? Mm-hmm. And I believe, where was this made?
That's why I found 24-ounce monster.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
Beast.
Oh, no.
Monster.
Oh, so this is contracted, distilled, and bottled by Log Still Distillery in Gethsemane, Kentucky. I probably butchered that.
Gethsemane.
Gethsemane?
Probably.
Yeah, like
that what it is?
Gethsemane Road.
Oh, well,
Let me
dang.
see.
Yeah, is that right?
I don't know if it's spelled
Like
the same.
Yosemite?
Yeah.
Gethsemane?
Gethsemane.
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 Yeah.
Gethsemane.
Pretty
You
sure
know,
that's how you say
the
that.
sad thing is we live really, really close to Kentucky, and I can't even pronounce things. But I'm bad at
Well,
pronunciations.
that's got to be East Kentucky.
Ah,
That's Appalachian.
we can get into
territory.
politics of that.
Well,
No, we don't have
Yeah,
to.
we ain't got to do that.
But it's a 90 proofer. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Like I said, none of us are truly like bourbon entrepreneurs or anything. We're not going to give you all the cool tasting notes. But I will say that it is a little spicy, but nice.
Taste like
I'll be the snob.
Yeah. All right, Wyler. It's Wyler time.
Sniff
Because
away.
Ian's not here. He can't do it for us. So give us all the tasting notes there, Wyler. Give us the aromas, the notes. Do it.
You know what I smell? Alcohol.
Oh. All right, so if anyone was curious,
no.
This is alcoholic.
bourbon whiskey smells like alcohol.
You know what? I bet when I
didn't know.
shoot this, it's gonna burn.
You're gonna shoot.
Actually,
He don't sip.
Not so bad.
He shoot. It's not bad.
It's not oaky either.
No, it's not overly
Not
oaky
at
or
all.
anything.
not.
This is
Really?
just their
Yeah,
entry
they're-
point,
they got
Monk's Road.
smoke
This is
in
their
it.
small batch. 94 proof.
It's interesting.
Shawn, Ian, what do you think about this bourbon?
Yeah, what do you guys think?
It's fine.
So, here in Vermont, we don't have access to bourbon like you do in Kentucky or Indiana.
Ouch.
We have IPAs though.
Oh, well, tell us about the IPA.
So this is Limbo IPA. It tastes like an IPA. It's really good. I also have this IPA.
So it tastes like
BT
grass.
IPA. Yeah, very, very dank beer.
Like palm trees.
Like palm trees.
I was really into, Andrea knows it, like palm trees, like grass. Yeah. Yeah, I just got that. Yeah, I came full circle myself. This is fun for you, Shawn. I've always been big into IPAs. You know that. Andrea knew that when we got
IPAs
together.
are great.
I love IPAs, but I got really big into Voodoo Ranger.
Voodoo
For a
Ranger's
while.
good.
And then I went to my mom's house for
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, and I didn't eat anything because I was
no.
hardcore fasting, and I drank a bunch of them. And I was just like, I was saying fuck every other word, and I was grilling
Yeah.
some ribs.
Yeah,
and
as you do.
man, I
Yeah,
finally ate
a
something.
Good night.
Voodoo Ranger is very fruity. It's a fruity IPA, and I vomited worse than I've ever done before. And man, I haven't been able to drink IPA since because I drink it and then I smell it like in my sinus cavity. So it's pretty terrible.
So the IPAs up here in the Northeast are more what I could call danky.
Danky.
Like there's
got
one
some
called
stank on it?
Fiddlehead. There's
Oh.
one called Fiddlehead that
Yeah.
the first time I smelled it, it reminded me of pot.
Well, there's
Tells you everything you need to
there's
know.
a lot of
Was it
cannabis
infused?
inspired. Yeah,
No,
infused stuff.
nope. It's
Go lay down,
just
Bean.
super
Go lay down.
hoppy and hazy.
Good girl.
Yeah, no. That's no.
The overly hot. It's Dogfish
it's
Head
very
makes some
good.
really high hop stuff that I've tried in the past, but I've been so out of the craft beer stuff for a while. I don't know who's king anymore, to be honest.
I don't like hops.
Not a big
I
hop guy.
just do the local stuff.
Well,
I'm
so
not a
you don't
big
you don't
beer
drink a lot of
guy.
beer.
Yeah,
I was
no.
gonna say if you like beer, then you kind of like hops, but
I don't even really like it. I'll drink it if it's there, but
I prefer anything, I just like the non-filtered good stuff from overseas. You know, like real beer. I'm big into that.
A few months back, somebody invited me to a bar.
Yeah.
Well, I think I may have told you this. No, I don't think I told you. We went to this place in Louisville on Bardstown Road.
Yeah.
And the reason why I chose that place to hang out is because they had the Sweet Baby Jesus chocolate peanut butter porter.
Yeah, which is really good. It's really good.
I tried it for the first time in ages.
Yeah. Oh, did you not like it? Really?
I've
Maybe your
lost
taste have changed.
My I think I may have lost my taste for beer.
it's a,
Well, that does happen after a while.
Yeah.
it's a
can
chocolate
happen.
port.
Porter, chocolate porter. Kind of that in between.
really dark.
It's like
Like a
before you get
stout.
to stout territory.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact thing.
Kind of heavy.
Well, it's the only place that has it on tap.
Why does Rosie choose to play with toys now?
Because no one's paying attention to her.
Yeah.
She's trying to be a bitch.
Oh, what happened? Someone's missing.
I would say Ian probably had to run and do something, which switches.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I just turned off my camera.
Oh yeah, if you turn it off, Shawn goes to your spot and you go to
Yes.
his.
Yeah, it moves us around.
It's kind of funny.
Reverse,
So-
reverse.
But no, if you need to do it, it's fine. You guys can swap places. So, Ian has a baby, and a beautiful little baby, and sometimes he has to go check on said baby because this is the life of adults trying to get together, coordinated to play Dungeons and Dragons. This is our life.
To be honest,
So-
I think we're fairly good at it.
We are the best. I was gonna say
We are so good right now.
for adults that don't do this, like play games for a living like some people. I think we do a pretty good damn job
I mean, outside of me and Shawn, what's been the running record so far?
of attendance.
Yes.
Oh, it has to be Alex and
Well, no, I'm saying
has to be
overall.
Alex.
Overall,
like forever.
yeah. Since
Oh man, Alex went and fought hurricanes for a while.
Yeah.
Ian got married and had babies. Baby. Shawn was I don't know. You know me. I don't count. I'm not a player.
Good answer.
And then yeah.
My dear.
Well, I mean, so
I don't know.
Because I've known you guys since 2017, 20,
Yeah.
2018.
I mean, we could.
I think 2016.
There's some fun
actually.
stories in the whole escapades of us playing D&D and the outside politics and stuff.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I think you've ran consistently
I think that I'm
for well
very-
over 5 years.
It's more like
It's almost
7.
10.
It's closer to a decade that I've been running a game weekly.
Yeah.
It's closer to a decade, which is sad. That means that I'm old, and I just had a birthday, so I'm realizing how
Audience,
old I am.
it can be done.
It can be done.
It
and
can be done.
we are the proof of that. But this is so here's a this isn't a cry for not a cry. This isn't a beckoning horn. This isn't the horn of Gondor, which it should be. but Jeremy Bear, listen, buddy. The bear's cool.
Bear.
We like
Bear.
Jeremy Bear, right?
Hi, Jeremy.
Right, Wyler?
What's up?
The hell with all of you?
Yeah, that's kind of what we're feeling like right now, Jeremy. The hell with all of us. Where you at, bro?
Yeah.
I know that you're out there finding love, working hard, but we need. I mean, I set up a place for you at the table and everything.
Yep.
I redo my setup weekly because I'm OCD as fuck.
And you're the one that's always the first to the table.
Yeah, you're always here, but you're not here, and it saddens me. So, Jeremy, the Horn of Gondor is sounding.
Oh, he's probably
Where were
fucking
you?
dying.
Where you were the
He
Horn of
probably
Gondor
is
sound.
fiending for it,
Yeah.
but I think he's really into his new lady right
Yeah.
now. Hence why we only get peeps from him on Discord here and there. What? Oh, the aminals?
Yeah.
Do you want to go take the ball away before we start?
No, Beanie.
What's she doing?
She's upstairs.
She's upstairs?
Yep.
Oh.
I noticed that there was
You wanna
not
go-
a
do you-
gate.
Do you want to run up and you want me to run up and throw the gate up?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Do you think it's safe?
I mean, the worst thing she's going to do is chew up the new rug.
She hasn't touched it yet.
She hasn't touched it yet. I mean, the worst case, she goes upstairs and takes a dump because we're ignoring her.
That sounds more like a cat.
Beanie! She's right there, honey.
I.
Go lay down.
Okay.
Go lay down, baby.
Probably Rosie. that wanted-
Okay,
Okay,
all
that was
right.
Rosie.
Welcome to Whiskey Dice, where we drink bourbon, get a
If
little
think a cat looks
inebriated,
like a dog.
and we try really hard to stay in character, and it falls apart at times. But whatevs. But yeah, we ready to play some D&D, friends? That's a good, nice long intro. I like that more.
Yes.
I like that more. We should just go straight live and talk about our terrible weeks that aren't always so terrible.
Hey, rules kill you all.
All right.
Well, thanks for that, Jeremy.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Jeremy.
it.
Anyone else got any fun things to add from their weeks before we begin? Anything crazy happen? All good?
My rage is
Okay.
everlasting and eternal.
So
That's
Jeremy's
great.
playing a wizard barbarian when he comes back.
That's the
A wizard bear. Yes.
last
Beanie,
thing
go
I
lay
could hear
down.
Jeremy saying.
We have two aminals in the house. We have the black lab Beanie, and then we have the asshole cat Rosie. Both of them are little assholes. But
Rosie's
they
so
just they
sweet.
hate. She is so sweet. She can be. She can be.
Yeah, she's a cat.
But she is. They are both so. There's so much. They're attention grubbing little aminals when we go to play D&D. They're just like, oh, you're not paying attention to us. But anyway. So, welcome to tonight's episode. Back to the A Realm Reborn campaign in Alora. We are on Chapter 5, titled Welcome to the Jungle. Last session, as we begin, you guys were betrayed. You were betrayed, you were captured, proxy by Eldon of the Wind Rider. You were sold into servitude to the Onibaru sisters and then resold near immediately to the Pride of Oland in what you found out to be Sorborg. I spoke of this last session. What we were doing up until that point was very much a prelude to the campaign to kind of set things off and to really anger my players. Alex was so angry. Sorry, Everett was so angry that he got captured and he wanted to jump off a waterfall. But anyway,
Oh,
yes,
birthday.
birthday.
Oh, my birthday long gone.
Oh yeah. So well. When
Wow.
you guys were they? He was
Oh.
captured. You guys were
The day
captured
of.
on Everett's birthday. So I made.
Still
I'm,
didn't find that.
yeah. I should.
fucked up?
I have the calendar in front of me. But yeah. If just so you know, you were
I
captured
had
on
a
your
birthday.
birthday. You had a birthday.
That's probably why he was so
So
angry.
if you guys should jot down in your notes how old you are, so I can get that after this session.
Yeah,
that'd be
that's what I was
great.
trying to figure out. Just now. What does
I can
that
look at it
mean?
real quick. It's not a big
What
deal.
do I want to be?
So let's find the calendar. So you guys were captured in the month of Gale Wings Gale, I
The fifth
presume.
day,
The
yeah.
fifth day of Gale Wings Gale? So she knows it better than I do. So the fifth day of Gale Wings Gale was your birthday, and that's the day you guys were captured.
Ooh,
Which
you
is...
had a really bad fucking
Yeah, it's not a great birthday,
It's
buddy.
not fun. Okay.
So that happened, which I think is hilarious. Not really. That's terrible of me to say. But all of you ladies and gentlemen do have birthdays in the world. But for your guys' notes, before I jump back into the recap, today is the day of Vale's Whisper, the 24th of Frostmane, which means we are about 21 days until the day of sacrifice that we've been speaking of, which is the day of Beast's Heart, the 9th of Relnavar. I can restate that if anyone wanted to jot that
Yes.
down. So today's the 24th of Frostmane, which is the last month of the year. And something...
Frost?
Vrost, V-R-O-S-T.
Okay.
Yeah, like Frost, like Frostmane, but with a V. Something to note, on the Isle of Sorborg, the season hasn't changed at all. Like, the seasons come rapidly in the realm of Alora because it's 10 months, and it goes very quickly from winter into spring, summer, and then, fall, and then back. It's as if, well, something that you guys know is your players, like the God Beast really control the climate here. Frostmane kind of bringing the winter, Sundancer bringing the sun, and then some other ones that we haven't talked a lot about yet do other things. And then there's also a storm giant out there that's one of the high lords of the realm that actually controls the weather. And as long as he's happy, there's no catastrophic things happening. So the high lords really cater to the three giant high lords. But we'll get to that later on in the campaign. But yeah, so about 21 days until the day of sacrifice, which ties into the recap. You guys were sold to the Pride of Oland, and they procure individuals from the Onibaro sisters to sacrifice them to Serosa, which is one of the minor god beasts of Alora, the daughter of Night River. And on this Isle of Sorborg, there's three distinct prides. To make it easy, there's the Pride of Oland, the Pride of Silthara, which is in the Tigran canopies, and then the Pride of Serosa, which is technically Serosa's maw. So think serpentine Yuan-Ti creatures, which are kind of the villainous individuals of the Isle. You have the Leonar, which is who you were taken captive by, the Pride of Oland. And then you have the Tigran people, which are more akin to like a tabaxi, panther-like humanoids. But yeah, you were sold to the Pride of Oland, and they didn't really try to mince words with you. They told you what you were. They told you why you were here. You were meant to be a sacrifice, and they do it because they don't want to sacrifice their own people. They're ashamed of this, but Oland looked at this as, I'm doing this for my people, and sorry, which angered you, of course. But then we jumped 4 months into the future, and Brunika was introduced as the son of one of the High Lords, the son of Vrook of Cedric Gore. And Vrook, knowing the party and hearing of their supposed demise, you were sent out to find them, because there is troubling news throughout the realm. And if you want to know more about that, you can go back and watch last episode. But with that 4-month jump, and very much expedited RP, and trying to get you guys in the mindset, you guys were essentially, you met Nalia, daughter of Oland. She was your caretaker, watcher, whatever you want to call her. And there was a lot of talk kind of within the downtime, and then some actually in game, that, that change could come. And Brunika, you really brought that to the forefront of Oland's attention, that if they were to break the pact of Ero that was made through these three Pride Masters, if the heads of all three snakes were cut off, then it would essentially break the pact, allowing this island to essentially escape the chains of old, move into the new age, and potentially even open up a trade route from this isle. And that's kind of what led to you guys going on a walk with Oland, because he was finally giving into this. Because we find out very soon, like with this promise from Vrook, like it's possible for his people to move on past him and to, become civilized. So he took you to the Falls of Ero because he wanted you guys to state that you would actually be a part of this breaking of the chains, you know? Dealing with not only his pride, but possibly the Tigran canopies and Serosa herself to help these people. And he saw something in you, specifically you, Everett, as we found out. He saw something honorable within you, and he didn't even take you into the falls. He said that he believed you, and he broke your bonds that were, because the Falls of Ero are, they are a place of magical pacts that can be made. And you guys were actually subjected to a magical pact immediately when you came to the island. When that pact was broken, Jophiel, Sir Cedric, it was the same thing that's been plaguing you since Jophiel woke up. That those creatures of unknown origin, per se, you kind of felt their presence again, but it embodied itself in this giant panther that attacked, grabbing this ancient two-handed weapon out of the ground and then just ravagely attacked Oland over and over as you tried to fight it off and save his life. But in the end, he was too injured to go on. But he saw this as, per Brunika's revelation, a chance for him to do something good and to repent for his sins. And in that moment, Everett, you struck him down, and he chose to essentially put himself in limbo, deteriorating his physical body, leaving only his pelt behind to be worn by someone within the party that just so happened to be you, and to carry that back to the Pride of Oland. And that's kind of where the session ended, with everyone bowing or kneeling before you as you walk back in. Hi, Beanie. Beanie, why? It's Beanie, go lay down. Hey, let us start.
She's like, I know this guy. He pats my
I
head.
know. Beanie, come on. Hey.
You'll pat my head if I put on sad face, right?
She's not going to listen. She's just knocking over stuff over there. Anyway, let's begin. So as we begin tonight's session, you guys walk back into the outskirts of the Pride of Oland. You stand there as Everett's kind of jostled to the front, and people begin to kneel. The Pride of Oland's not overly large. I mean, probably in the range of, at this time, especially 4 months later, with some people actually leaving in that time, probably around 40 to 50 individuals. It's not super populated currently. Nalia was standing there at the front, and she's kind of the one that initiates this kind of reverence to Everett. It seems as though, and you guys learn this in the opening moments, that the small creatures of the jungle brought news of what happened rather quickly. The birds, the rabbits, snakes even, insects, they spoke of what happened. And it's as if they didn't believe it happened, the people of the Pride's Hearth, but when they saw you, they then believed it. Nalia kind of put up a hand and came to you, Everett, and just said, "Give me a moment." And she turned and went back to her people, and they all kind of congregated in that outdoor throne room of Oland. And they spoke for a time as you guys walked in. Essentially what you're overhearing is a lot of talk about what Nalia was wanting this whole time. Like, this was what needed to happen. Brunika's revelation of what could possibly come from all this. And as the people eventually start to nod their head and agree, you find out very quickly that it's not proper etiquette to mourn the loss of someone openly. A lot of them begin going to their small homes and hovels and tents and begin to shut themselves away. And some of them you hear weep, but other ones just wear smiles as if nothing has happened. And it's not because they're insane or they wanted this. It's just this is the way of the Pride. So as we begin tonight's session, each of you weary from your battle, you stand on right in the innards of the Pride's Hearth as Nalia kind of comes out looking very tired.
Do you need some time?
As you can see, it's not proper for someone to mourn openly.
Let's we go back home.
I think that would be a good idea.
And she kind of chuckles a little bit. all those of the tribe are understanding. It's as if we all knew that this day would come ever since there was murmurings when you first got here that if you, Jophiel, were actually one of the 13, that we felt in our hearts that the change was on the wind, and we were hopeful. But now it's actually possibly becoming a reality. So you can walk this place. It's essentially yours. And there is a gleam of something in her eye when she says that. A little bit of hurt comes through. It was the perfect storm. I could never take the place of Olin, being a half-blood, but an outsider that earned his respect and did what you did. And she kind of drops her head a little bit.
I didn't do anything special. Just gave an old warrior what he wanted.
And I thank you for that. I just asked this. Go ahead.
And you're more than capable of being their leader, half-blood or not. You still walk the same path they did for years. You've been here barely a year.
Those are kind words, Alex, but unfortunately I am unable to be his successor. But I do ask that now that the first bond is broken, whatever you choose to do, even if you leave in the night, now all that I ask is that you at least choose one of us, excluding myself, of course, to lead us. I do beg that you aid us in fulfilling the breaking of the bonding of Ero in its entirety, the breaking between the 3 Pride Masters. 2 obstacles yet remain. If you don't, I understand. But yes, this village is essentially yours. The people look to you as a beacon of hope.
Before Olin passed, we gave him our word that we would break this curse. I don't see us breaking that. I can't speak for my compatriots, though.
No, you're correct.
She does kind of look between each of you. Alex and Everett speaking up, and then she looks at you, Jophiel, right after. Curious of your stance on it.
Change is hard to go through. And we will be here for you to help you through it and finish what we've started.
She looks at you, Sir Cedric. Seeing that you carry something that you didn't have on your person before. Also, she does make note of that. You see that she looks at it, but then she looks in your eyes, just curious of your stance on the matter.
Well, I don't walk back on my word. So I will complete whatever task is necessary to help break these chains that you speak of.
And you, Brunika?
My prime directive was to come here to free Jophiel and her compatriots. However, bringing your clan into the trade network, as well as an attempt to put you within the council, was the other objective.
I'm very happy to hear that.
I feel it is my obligation as the son of Rook and Helpclaw's chosen to make sure that your people are taken care of.
These are all inspiring words.
In fact,
And I stop for a minute and I go,
Actually, we'll hold that off for a later time. I have other thoughts, but we have more important matters to discuss.
Yes, like what our plan will be for the other two tribes. One, really. I know the other one will have to face with violence. But if we get the other clan on our side, maybe it'll be a easier battle for us.
The animosity between the Pride of Oland and Silthara. Am I reading that? I'm sorry, I don't mean to break.
No, that's right. Silthar is correct. Sarosa is the leader.
Sarosa is the god beast.
Sarosa is the minor god beast, that leads the
Then there's animosity
serpent's coil.
between.
There's animosity between all three. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go lay down. Go lay down. Get.
I don't know how well we can
Silly
quell
girl.
the animosity between the clans, but
I think us showing a different way of living here might be enough to sway the Tigrans to be to our aid. Not necessarily peace, but just an understanding of it could be better.
Well, we can talk more about this later. No, let me at least take you somewhere where you could
Yes.
be at peace.
I would like to do that.
Yeah.
She does turn and she begins to head toward what was her and Olin's hut. Now just hers. But she does head in that direction. Her head's not all the way down, but there's a bit of a forward lean in her gait that she's holding it together pretty well. But yeah, there's sorrow there for sure.
Yeah.
Everett, you escort her to the front, and she just puts a hand on your shoulder, and then steps in. But immediately as she goes through that threshold, just tears. You can just see it, and then she just kind of collapses on a nearby rocky outcropping that's used as kind of a sitting area. As you watch this, I will say, as you guys are all about to do what it is that you want here, Alex Dawnkeeper,
Yes.
you with whatever you're about to do, you do notice that rain has begun to fall, and you look over and you see something peculiar. Perched atop a mossy log, you see 3 dead insects, a brown and blue spider. On its back, you can see a mantis with 2 of its appendages piercing through said spider. And then you see a large beetle that seems to have died trying to eat the mantis. And when you see this, your birthmark tinges at the sight.
Do they
Hold
have,
on.
they have doors, or is it like a curtain?
There is
type deal?
stone door on your abode. The rest of them are
Yeah.
curtains. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything that you wanted to do there, Everett? Before I jump
Uh,
back to the party as a whole for Alex there.
I guess if she's. This isn't good. I guess I'd get a blanket, I guess, and maybe just lay it over and make my exit. Make sure I pull the
Pull it
curtain
close.
too. Yeah. Give her a moment.
Gotcha. I will say that as you turn back, and I hand it over to you guys to do as you wish, you do see that Alex seems a little pale. Just a little pale, and just he breaks out in kind of a cold sweat. You can almost see the cold sweat over the fact that it just started raining. Just for a moment there.
You okay, bud?
Oh, yeah, I had a premonition, Sign? I don't know.
Like the cool thing where you made a bunch of weapons?
No, the other thing.
Oh.
I point to where I saw it last. There was a spider that was killed by a mantis, and a beetle tried to eat that mantis. When I saw that, I point to my mark, tingled a bit.
But what's that got to do with it? What's your weird scar got to do with premonitions?
So the last time this happened is when we found the dead captain on the ship.
Oh.
I kind of saw that beforehand.
So you're well, I see
What?
three dead bugs.
What I'm afraid of is, in order for this curse to be lifted, each of the tribes have to sacrifice something. And the first one has fell.
I mean, yeah. By sacrifice, do you mean give it up willingly? Because I don't think a couple of them.
Would you have died willingly? Because they were going to sacrifice you.
Well, no.
Well, then. Their sacrifices don't need to be willing either.
Yeah, I
Fair.
believe whatever beast they made a deal with isn't really worried about consent or willing. It just wants souls and blood.
Awesome. So what you're saying is this won't be easy.
Is anything ever easy?
It hasn't been since we left.
Just be prepared is all I'm trying to get at.
Well, we have 21 days. to come up
Sounds
with.
long and short at the same time.
Yeah.
The people of Silthara, well, not that I want to say that the thought of peace is trivial, however, the animosity between these two, from my understanding, runs deep. In trying to convince another tribe to willingly abandon or give up something like this to an adversary is not going to be an easy feat. I wish I shared your optimism for peace, but I fully believe that there will be a fight.
Well, I mean, they come to a peaceful accord at one time.
One time, when they had a unified threat.
So there's only one thing they respect. Or
Force. We have to be that force. Not for evil, but for good.
I don't know if we're quite capable of that.
We're gonna find out. Otherwise, we're not making it off this island.
Well,
The pride of Oland can be that force of fear, but we have to unify them.
Well, she just said they look for us as a sign of hope. We could use it to our advantage.
Yes,
yeah.
but we are not going to be permanent fixtures here.
Yeah.
There are other
No.
matters to attend to once this is over.
They also
And
need a
we can
leader.
use that to our advantage.
I did not want to say this in front of the ones around.
Nalia.
Nalia.
Oh, gotcha.
But if we could convince the council to add the Pride of Oland, out of everybody here, Nalia fits the bill as a representative.
And that honestly probably works for the best because she can be the representative and they can vote a pure blood if that's what they want as their chieftain.
Yeah, here in Sorborg, and she
Yeah.
could
Be
do
an
her
advisor.
thing in Yardoon.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a similar.
But in order
thought.
for that to happen and for the tribe to respect her, I think she has to come along with us.
It's a fight.
Yes.
To witness.
To witness and to fight. We use our sway now to oyster Nadia to that status.
And what if this is just hypothetical, the last person we walked off with from this town is now dead.
Olin handed us a boon to give a chance to his people.
Yeah.
The other clans, they won't be so willing.
Which is why I
And
really
Nalia has to join. If we want this to work, she has to show strength to her people.
And besides, we need a guide through Sorborg because I don't know where the fuck anything is, to be honest.
And these creatures do not listen to me. I do not command the authority or respect that they ask for. Not yet, anyway.
But I do understand your hesitance, Everett. You don't want to lead anyone else to their death.
that is not why I left home.
Me neither, to be perfectly honest. But we're not getting off this island without helping.
And
At least that's my feeling.
I'm more than willing to help. But I don't know about involving another. Especially one that just lost her father. That'd be the sacrifice of an entire line.
As someone close to her shoes, losing a figure of that stature in her life leads to powerful motivations, we'll call it. I wouldn't have left Jophiel if it didn't mean me helping my father or the rest of my bloodline.
If I wouldn't, not to be rude, but I believe it has less to do with family. She cares about her people. She wants to see them thrive. I do believe it should be her decision. However, I do believe that Nalia should at least have a say.
We can ask her about it. Ask her about it later.
In the morning.
And she's got a more clear mind. I guess till then, we still have to
Yes.
find a representative here. Yeah, what time of day is it?
It's late evening at this point.
Oh, okay.
You guys went on your walk in the evening.
Yeah, that's right.
So it is the night. Yeah, the night
Well-
of the 24th day of Brosme.
We should eat, because food is awesome.
Do we want to see this chef?
Well, actually, that's probably not a bad idea. It's got to be better than anything that we could cook up.
If he's up for the task, that is. He could be mourning himself.
I think
But let's go see.
What was you gonna say, Jophiel?
I would think most of the people here would be mourning.
How about we give these people some time? I think we're making a lot of hasty decisions for a group of people that are currently mourning.
That's fair.
How about we go for a walk, even though we have been walking?
But I am tired, and I wish to lay down. It has been a long day. Wait, do you have something? Is there something you need to show us?
No,
Nope. You just want to go for a regular walk.
I like to walk.
No
He likes to
shadow.
walk.
No shadow monsters.
None that I can sense.
Like how he looks at me.
Are we safe, DM? Are we?
I think taking a walk within the tribe's parameters shouldn't cause too much harm.
Yeah. A uneventful walk does sound fun.
You guys can walk around the Pride's Hearth, and you do see that many, most, all almost, other than yourselves, are within their tents, hovels, canopies, mourning Oland. Some doing so, telling stories about the old man, others crying, young ones parading around as if they were Oland, sitting on little stone chairs as if they were a throne. Everyone's mourning in their own way. It's different here. It's not like the civilized world that some of you have come from. It's not Yardoon and the Triadic Conclave. There's no big ceremony of mourning and taking the soul into the Well of Souls and choosing where it goes, or putting it on a ship to silver coins, etc., etc. Just very much. There is a tribal way about the Pride.
I'd stop to listen to any stories or
I was about to say,
Same.
learn more about them.
how about we just take time to be immersed in their process? If we are to be, for the time being, since we are around the leader of the clan currently, I believe it only fit that we at least learn some of their culture.
You guys are listening passively. I would say you're drawn to an individual that you haven't really spoke to. She's kept to herself. She seems more vocal tonight than ever. As I said, she's so much an outsider here because she's one of, originally, Sorosa, one of the Serpent's Coil, a serpentine creature that wasn't really hip with the ways of Sorosa and ran into the jungle and eventually was taken captive by the Pride of Oland. Was going to be made into stew, probably, to be honest. But she did something that night, and that's what, as you walk by, you see that Nalia has came out of her hovel, and she's went over to this small little artisan tent next to the creature you know as Senna. And Senna is very much, think of her as a tall, slender lizard folk with very much chameleon skin, depending on the light. Narrow eyes, black pupils. And she's sitting next to Nalia with a smile on her face. And you haven't really seen her show much emotion up to this point. But Nalia is telling a group of little Leonar, when she first came, it was similar to like all the other sacrifices, unfortunately. I was nice enough because my father was preparing me to be able to handle that task. It's as if I thought at first that he wanted me to share in the pain of sacrificing people we barely knew. Cinna wasn't going to be made a sacrifice, as Sarosa would have taken that as a plight on her own people. Instead, my father planned on throwing her in Chef Mboro's stew pot that night. I was angry because she was nice. I ran out into the forest and fell in a pit of snakes and was bitten a lot. And Cinna here saved my life. And it was the first time I ever saw my father so distraught and mad and sad and furious, and I thought he was gonna kill Cinna before all of us, but instead he embraced her, and he cried openly within the pride. I think things changed that day. A lot of the old heads around here looked at Oland with a bit of a different moniker. Perhaps they saw weakness, but I saw something there. Honor. Something. And she turns and hugs Cinna. It was no problem, young one. She boops her on the head. I don't bite. She sees all of you standing. Would you like some dinner? I heard you speaking of food.
Food, yes. Please, food.
It is not snake.
I'm not picky.
Me neither.
Thank you.
Rush along, little ones, to Chef Mbor. Bring back some of his stew. And the 4 little ones just kind of clamber up and go running. But they gesture you to around the fire. Kind of canopied enough to where the winds or the rain's hitting part of the top canopy of the tent, kind of the canvas dropping off. Nolly is there too, along with Cinna. What do you guys do?
We're still waiting on the stew.
You guys all stand there like
Everett is
patiently,
waiting for the stew.
like waiting for the young ones to come run
I am
back.
observing.
No, I guess
They do come rather quickly.
I'd take a seat.
Chef Mboro has a sandstone kind of a box. It looks more like a standard home in a small village. Made out of sandstone and dark oak, because he's the one that does all the cooking. And Chef Mboro is this kind of large, muscular... He's kind of an outcast himself. He is actually originally of the Tigran Canopies. He looks very much like a buff Tigger, if would be the best way that I could describe him. Full on orange fur, black striped, just ripped to the teeth, but he loves to cook. He has no intentions of battle or like even hunting. He just likes people to bring him cool things and ingredients, and he just whips things up. So the younglings come back with bowls of stew that they begin to hand out. And as you guys begin to eat, you actually get something from this. You guys are getting portions of this for free this day. So this is Mboro's stew. So each of you guys aren't going to get the health restore, because I'm sure you're going to rest before you go back out. But it is going to, when you wake up on the morrow, it's going to grant you resistance to poison for the day. So, not too bad.
Let's go.
But as you all begin to eat, it is just, it seems to be kind of a medley of veg and spices, just kind of anything that was gathered that day. A lot of hair, some boar meat. It's a medley of meats and things, but it doesn't taste bad. Very spicy. If any of you have a spice intolerance, it's spicy. Yeah, in heat and in, oh my god, that burns my mouth a little. But Cinna and Nalia are brought in bowls too. And everyone begins to eat and kind of sit around the fire.
Do any of the kids look hungry?
The kids are going back with their own to get their own bowls as well.
I send, if they brought me a bowl, I send it back to them.
So like a little Leonard cub kind of holds it up to you.
I don't eat.
Eat. Why don't you eat?
I just am hungry, little one.
She doesn't eat when she's sad.
It's not poison.
It doesn't have to be poisoned. I'll try it out of respect, but I don't need substance.
Eat.
I try it.
I mean, depending on how eating feels and is to you, probably more like sand in your mouth, I guess.
Yeah.
But the young Leonard smiles and just turns. But he does turn around immediately. Not gonna eat. Me take.
Here you go.
Takes it and begins to eat out of both bowls with his paws. Why do you not like to eat? Senna asks.
I don't need to eat. The last few months I've been here, I realized that I don't need to eat or drink anything.
Senna begins to pet a small lion cub that walks up to her. I have noticed this, that you do not eat. You're not one of the elves of Lentius that do not eat and sleep, are you?
I've just been like this since I've awoken.
That is unfortunate. Chef and Boro makes good food. To not be able to taste it is quite sad. The lion cub begins to beat on the wall. With a fork. Well, what about the rest of you? Are you enjoying the food?
It's quite delicious, but a little on the spicy side, but very
The
good.
spice. Heavy spice from Chef and Boro, yes. But it's good. Feeds the belly.
Cedric carries a lot of spice.
Does
So
it?
this is like home. So thank you. And I'm like guzzling it.
You are each very welcome, very welcomed. It's good to finally speak to you. As an outsider myself, it is not proper for me to approach, so it is nice that you have approached me this night.
It is quite fortuitous.
You were listening to stories. Seen you walking about with an ear large.
Taking in everyone's thoughts on Olen's passing.
Varied. Very varied. Depending.
And it's nice to. We didn't know the man very well.
No, I don't think anybody but Nalia here knew him very well, to be honest. He's reclusive, like Spider.
Closed off.
Stubborn. Very stubborn. Nice enough man. Saved my life. But I understand that you like stories, so I can give you one if that is what you wish.
That would be awesome.
Your friend here seems restless. Perhaps I can lull him to sleep. Do you always walk in place whenever you stand still?
Yes.
Oh,
He's just like marching up and down.
I have gone on many a pilgrimage.
huh? What pilgrimages have you gone on?
Well, I have walked the path of Essos twice.
Have you? One of the triumvirate.
So I've heard.
Well, what happened? I hear that great things happen to those that walk such a path.
Well, my trip up and down the path of Essos was not one for the triumvirate, but it was one to prove my worth to Peltclaw, as is chosen.
That would make sense, I guess. The god beast did walk alongside the gods in the olden days. And if you are who we all think that you are and you say, then you did as well, yes?
She doesn't remember a whole lot of back then.
Is that why you're so quiet?
Yes.
Did you get hit on the head when you woke up?
No.
Did one of these men hit you on the head when you woke up? Is that what it is?
No.
No.
Oh,
They've all been very kind.
well, that is good. Being the only women around all these brutish men, it is good to just know that they're not being mean to you. Just checking in, that's all.
My trip through the barren lands was not a kind one.
I can only imagine.
But it was a formative journey, to say the least.
But did you come away learning something? That is what matters.
The glory of Peltclaw. And how survival plays a part in every facet of life. I saw somebody... Well, I saw 2 goblins melt.
Oh. I have... Well, I'm trying to think of a time that I've seen people melt. In the serpent's coil, they make poisons that could probably do such things, but I don't. They usually just rip the heads off of their enemies and eat them whole, so not a lot of melting. Must be truly vicious in the barren lands. Don't know that I'll ever go there then. Thank you for enlightening me.
You
It's
speak
not
of,
for everybody.
you speak of the serpent's coil.
Yes, I was born there.
Yeah, what made you leave home?
It's not really too long of a story. My aunt, as a lion cub comes over and just starts licking its paws rigorously, trying to get every nook and
Gotta get
nook
the
of food just off
Stew
of it.
off of it.
When I was very young, my aunt, in the coil, there was the temple of Sirosa built on top of a grand library. My aunt ran it, essentially kept all the books clean and nice, and it was one cycle that Sirosa came, and she found great annoyance in the fact that my aunt was so keen on taking care of these books. Sirosa was in a mood. My aunt was made a part of the sacrifice in the Maw of Sirosa that cycle just because she wanted to preserve old things. For some reason, Sirosa just has bad temper. Although I was young child, I don't know why Sirosa got so mad, but whenever I watched these happen, I just became very reclusive. As I grew older, I became more and more distant from the rest, and when I found a way out in the night, I ran for it. It's not a grand story, but 'tis the truth.
Well, it does give us insight into Sirosa a little bit. So it, even though you think it's not grand, it is still helpful nonetheless.
Sirosa is a massive cunt. She just... I hate her with every fiber of my being. I really do.
I feel you're justified in that hatred.
Yes. But you're asking for stories. I don't have many because I was so quiet in the coil, but what I can tell you is that all of the masters of that place, at least when I was there, very weak. Weak in the fact is that if Sirosa ever come, they wilt her under her presence. It's not just them. Any creature that shows fortitude toward one of the coil, they have no backbone. But 'tis the way with snakes, I think. I don't know if that will help, but all I can think is that if you roar loud enough, they just wilt like dead flower.
That actually might be very helpful. Thank you. Well, if you don't have many stories of home, I'm sure you've got plenty of stories of Oland.
Olin and I did speak many nights, and I honestly look at him as a very honorable man. Nalia does not know this, and she shares a glance with Nalia. Olin came to me to speak of his feelings. He was not very keen on the ways here. something that may interest you is the fact that there was a time, many, many moons ago, after Nalia's mother left the Pride. Olin shared customs with Silthara for a time. It was the pact at Ero, he said, that broke them. She was not very happy about it, Silthara, it makes sense. Why wilt under the presence of the snakes? Why not just keep raging battles? Olin was very sad about this, spoke of it often. Said that he not only broke one heart in Nalia's mother, but then broke another. I think that's why he got so old so fast. An old man that just kept breaking hearts. It's really sad, but then among my people, love is not really a thing. We purely use each other for procreation, breeding. So I did not really understand it, but I was a good shoulder to cry on, and since he didn't kill me all those years ago, I listened. So, all in all, I think he was a good man. And his skin looks good on you.
It's a weird way to put it.
Very weird, but
I can't help, if you don't mind me ask question. I've been to the Falls of Ero a few times. Did you pull that sword out of the ground and bring it all the way here? I've seen it there so many times that you carry it with such vigor. She's like looking at your arms, like trying to see how big they are.
I am strong, I suppose. Strong enough to wield a sword.
Holy man, in the serpent's coil, so small. Such weak spines. She's kind of like taking you up and down, like just looking at you, like a piece of meat.
So if they're so small, how did they come to run the place? Like, what's stopping?
Oh, we are very vicious, and Cirose is the daughter of Night River, and we make many poisons, and typically we hide in the grass, and then the creature come by. I'm a Leonor, and then we strike, and then they die. And
Yeah. So ambush attacks.
yeah.
Yeah, no, but
So you carried that all the way here from the Falls of Ero, then, yes. It is impressive.
I have.
It is very impressive.
I expect nothing less of someone who can be vouched for by Vrook.
Your words are too kind.
I don't think they're kind enough.
You express such affection towards him. Why do you turn her away?
Yes, Mr. Cedric, why do you turn me away? She chuckles like out loud. Oh, no, it is fine. My people are just very forward. I'm just teaching you a lesson is all. Nalia kind of finally, like, not intervenes, but kind of puts a hand on Senna's shoulder. Be nice to our guest. And she just kind of, like, rolls her eyes.
I can be shy at times.
in her defense, I think she was trying to be nice. Just a nice that you're not used to.
Well, I mean, he is a man of principles.
Exactly.
He's probably not used to such attentions.
No.
He's a man of big biceps, I think.
And the truth comes out.
I do have big biceps, but I am a man of tenets.
There it is. I knew that he had a sense of humor in there somewhere. I was just looking for it. Like a snake in the grass.
Ah.
Ah. I think that is well beyond my bedtime. I will leave each of you to it. I am cheered up and this is gross. And she just kind of looks at Senna and then walks away. She said it in a funny way. Like a snake looking at a human. She just found it odd.
Yeah.
Yes, stay here and whatnot. Don't turn to foul nature if you can avoid it. Say with a grin.
Well,
Yeah, I think we're gonna finish our walk. It was a pleasure talking to you.
yes, if you plan on leaving the Pride anytime soon for any more escapades, make sure to come back by my shop. I do have some wares that you can look at on the morrow. Maybe some things that will be helpful in your adventures.
Okay. Thank you.
And,
you.
Mrs. Jophiel, I can't help but to see that, so, being one of the 13, did you always just fight in your undergarments? I don't mean this as slight, but I thought clerics stood on the front lines and you are in a robe.
She asserts her dominance that way.
My faith protects me,
Her faith is her shield.
but I've also hidden behind others recently, and it feels very uncomfortable.
I just, looking upon you, you seem as though you're a strong woman that prefers not to be back there. I just bring this up because in the morning, before you do whatever it is that you do in the morning, you should go see Yara. Yara kept all the things from all the previous sacrifices, their armor and weapons. She has to have something that she can wear other than this. It's all wet and half moldy on the ground where you drag it, and it's not going to take very many hits from those from the maw or the coil, to be honest. Just an idea.
Well, if they're still somewhat together, I might be able to help with the condition. Not much, but a little.
Yara takes good care of them. I'm sure that they would be more than adequate.
That is a wonderful idea.
Just trying to help.
I shall make that a priority in the morrow.
You really should.
Thank you.
Even I put on armor before I go out into the jungle. Just saying. Anyway, I'll take care of your boss. It is getting late. I'm going to turn in for the night.
Good night. Have a
Good night, muscles.
Sleep well.
Oh, I will. She turns into the inside of her tent. What you guys like to do?
As we're walking away. So, is there a vow of celibacy or anything like that with the order? Or were we just making a joke about that?
No, not necessarily. You can do that if you'd like, but
It's a personal matter for you, then I guess. That's fair.
Are you really
Yeah.
just that busy all the time?
I try to be.
Like you're actively avoiding it by staying busy?
No, not avoiding it. I'm not afraid of it. As you can see, we've been with each other for what? Previous to our capture days, and you see how fast things add up to do. It's not hard to stay busy.
That's a very valid point.
Mm-hmm.
When I left the Isles of Ophius, I thought it was just going to be mainly walking, maybe sailing.
Yeah,
Not
I
doing a
thought it
whole
was going
lot.
to be a 1 month trip there and back, if I was to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I didn't think being sold and then death notes sent to my girlfriend would be a part of all this. Am I broken up by chance? I didn't have a chance to think about that till just now.
Death notes, that's right. They sent.
Death certificates, fake, but
Yeah.
if you wasn't of Arcane, you wasn't gonna know that.
Once we get out of here, we'll have to work on getting whatever has been done
Oh,
first.
That I'm not worried about. It's explaining how that happened. To a certain someone's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could just be honest.
That's how I usually go. People don't like the truth that often, I've found.
If somebody doesn't like the truth, I feel like that is an issue they must resolve within themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're called hard truths for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know you all, but, if somebody faked a death certificate and you come back and say, hey, that was all a hoax, bullshit, Vrook would call it. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a fair share of breakups. I wouldn't have gone to the extent of doing a death certificate to break up with someone.
Well, I don't think it makes getting the news any easier. Also.
No, not at all.
Unless they recognize it as a fake. But, yeah. That's an interesting thing we'll have to deal with later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the village look like, or the?
This time you're
Pride.
probably pushing past midnight.
Oh, it.
You guys went.
bedtime.
You guys went on your walk pretty late with Oland, and came back a few hours later. So at this point, you're getting in. You've reached the next day.
Yeah. Ugh.
You're all wet. You're all a little
Hell
tired.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got a belly full of boar and
Hot
hair
stew.
stew.
Dude, that actually sounds kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm hungry as shit.
There's a cheese pizza in the microwave if you want to eat it.
Nah, I'm good. Well, I guess to bed with us.
I think that is a perfect time to take our first break because my dog needs to go to potty. Let's take a quick break there and we'll come right back. Oh yeah, hip hop to the hippity hip hop.
No?
Well, tell it. I want
wiki.
everyone to know what's the great pancake debate.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ian, have you not told them about the pancake debate?
have you? Was I drunk and I forgot about thus pancake debatle?
So Wyler, you do. Oh fuck! What is
I
it?
do
It's,
PB&J on pancakes
Oh,
but
wrong
what?
with
But with
with
syrup.
syrup.
With
Okay.
syrup? That's too much. That's
That's
overkill.
no, go for it.
That's so
No,
many
one of the-
sugar profiles.
There is.
All of them.
You know what this all harkens back to, like putting too much ketchup on something, because then it just tastes like ketchup. One of
Yeah.
those flavors has to overpower everything else, and it probably just tastes like syrup.
I mean, not
Is
necessarily.
it the texture
'cause-
that you like? No.
It was just,
I mean,
I thought
I'm
it was
sure.
a fun
He
combination.
enjoys
It is a
He
fun
enjoys it all?
combo. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. I
for me.
feel like something.
Too much.
Yeah, I think I'd die.
I can't
I think
remember.
it makes my teeth.
No,
hurt.
but
Oh, yeah, no,
but
you're gonna be in
then-
a sugar coma for like hours afterwards. But
Also, it divulged from that to PB&J on a burger.
I've,
they do
I've
that
tried
now.
that before at a
Elvis-style.
restaurant. Yeah, they have that at Flip Daddy's.
The Crispo or
Well,
the Cristo is like a
Granted,
similar-
that's a jam. That's like a bacon jam.
yeah.
I
bacon
do.
jam.
What's that
Okay.
thing, Ian, that we were made aware of whenever we went to Kuma's in Indy that we didn't know? It was the jalapeno. What's it called? The sauce?
Chutney.
A chutney. Jalapeno
Chutney.
chutney. Whenever I
Oh.
realized what chutneys were.
It's a relish, essentially.
Yeah,
It's a thick
man,
sauce.
is so Kuma's is the shit in Indianapolis. If you're ever there, that place is awesome. It's just heavy
of-
metal music and badass burgers. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, we can talk about Gen Con.
What you mean coming up?
Yeah.
I was gonna
Go
say,
on.
ain't it coming up?
Yeah, it is coming up. So, yeah, there's all kinds of good things coming up. Yeah, probably gonna go to that. But, yeah. Hey, let's play some more D&D.
yes,
So I'm assuming that the direction of the party is to hit the long rest button.
Yes. My goodness.
All right. We have a few things to attend to.
I didn't
During
lose
your
a
long rest.
single.
None of us did.
I don't think
we
any of
just
you
I
did.
used the
lost.
spell slot.
I would
think-
say that you guys are, if you chose to stay up, other than one of you, you would be getting very exhausted at this point. But the long rest is probably needed. But so you guys go back to the sacrificial hovel, the hobbit hole in the ground within the
home
Pride's
sweet
hearth.
Still pretty
Home
nice,
sweet home.
though.
It is very nice. It's very, very nice. So as each of you go to your makeshift cot or your corner and begin to take your night's rest. Sir Cedric, you sit just outside of the stone door with your new weapon. You're kind of going back and forth between the spear and the sword. As you are just kind of in your own thoughts, you begin to feel that soul that was captured by the spear begin to resonate. And you watch as an ethereal panther, the one that you fought earlier, kind of erupts from the spear silently, and then turns bounding in the rain, and then turns to just stare at you, dead in the face. You are not my master.
What of it?
It kind of shrugs amidst the rain that's just kind of bouncing through its ethereal form. Where are we?
Well, you are dead. I am in this hobbit hole.
What is your name?
You know, it's rude to ask one's name without giving theirs first.
The panther kind of goes back on its haunches, like a cat, just looking, but instead of looking up at you, it looks down at you. I am Tatmar.
Tad more?
Tatmar. And you hold the Master's blade?
I do.
So now you are Master.
What an interesting turn of events.
If the
What does
cat
that
could smile, it does.
What does that mean? I'm the master now.
It kind of quizzically looks around. I remember, Master. Master died. I watched over Blade. You have Blade. New Master. It had name. The Riven Blade. And as it says that, as the name is said out loud, it's an imposing two-handed greatsword. We all know that. But as you look at it, the blade begins to revitalize. It's imposing, like I said, but the blade itself is dark as the night sky. Two-handed greatsword. And you see that there are these veins that glow faintly blue when the moonlight touches its surface. The hilt is wrapped in leather from the hides of mythical beasts, providing a sturdy grip, and the pommel is shaped like a roaring panther's head. As you kind of see it. And there is this potential attunement process kind of hearkening you to it. You hear the name, and then it's echoed by Tatmar. Garum Thor. The name of my old master. Kind of
What
looks at
happened
you.
to Garum Thor?
Sirosa.
Ah. Say no more.
Garum Thor protected the falls of Vero. no more. But watched over his blade I did, until nasty creatures came.
Well, I tell you what, I will avenge your former master, Garam Thor, and defeat Sarosa.
Tatmar cares not, but aid you, new master, on your path I shall.
Well, Hatmar, it sounds like a deal to me.
Kind of puts out a big paw.
Yeah, I'll shake. I'll shake the Ghost Panther's giant paw.
As you grasp it, it kind of intertwines in your hand and then runs down kind of through you and then into the blade, sealing it in its refurbished state. If you would like to, Sir Cedric, at this moment, you could unattune from your spear, transferring the properties of it unto your new divine weapon, if you choose.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Is there anything that you would like to say, like, or do, or describe the process? And it's in this moment I do want to make sure that you understand. There is, you now know that the Onibaro sisters took the other souls that were inhabited within your spear. You could sense within the last 4 months that the only thing in there was nothing until tonight.
Yeah, I think I'll take the spear and stick it back into the ground. And I'll place the blade at my... I'll take a seat on my knees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sit on my knees. And place the blade in front of me on the ground. And then I'll transfer the properties of the spear to the sword.
So throughout this night, you commune with the ribbon blade. And it is now yours, along with its companion that will watch over you. So that's kind of what you spend a few hours doing. As the rest of you are slumbering, one of you is a tad warm. Everett, you roll over in kind of your straw hammock. And you see the cape of pelt claw that you kind of sat to the side. And you can see sitting there, in a very similar ethereal form, Oland.
I fall out of bed.
you kind of...
He's like, what?
Oland kind of puts a finger to his mouth, and then you hear him in your mind. We can communicate this way.
You're dead.
Yet I've chosen to stay here.
That's an option?
It is a perilous one, yes. I've chosen to stay here in limbo.
So you can, actually see what happens with your people, or?
That was part of it, yes. When I died, I spoke to a creature. They wanted to know the location of Jophiel. They were knights, they called themselves. Posing as the Knights of the 13, I presume, but I knew better.
What, was it a horrible-looking thing that was being held by a giant?
In the end, whenever I stood fast, a creature named Ithrin did come to me.
Yeah. We've had previous dealings. Well, not dealings. He's tried to kill me before.
My soul was destined to the World Tree, Everett. But he wanted you and Jophiel and the others, now that he knows that you're alive. That is the only thing, I promise you, that he garnered from me. And you see Oland kind of in a very much younger state, stronger. I declined them. The creature that was Ithrin and the other 7 that accompanied him in limbo. They will pursue you at all costs. But yes, I feel as though my time is not done here. Do know, by the way, Everett, that it is quite excruciating to sit here in limbo. I just want you to know that.
It is not lost on me. I'm sorry you didn't find the peace you were looking for.
Oh, 'tis no problem. I just want to see things done. I will stay here for a time, Everett. Call on me when you need. And but once in our time together, perhaps call me to roar one last time. But then I feel that that will be all that I have left. I saw another that mayhaps convinced me to stay. The father of my people.
Oh, really?
His roar be the loudest.
So I've heard.
Hopefully on your journeys you will stumble across that creature, and perhaps I can roar in his presence one last time.
I shall,
Don't lose the cape, Everett.
I won't.
As you're, like, crawling back toward your cot, he, like, picks it up and drapes it across you. I have not tucked anyone in a long time. This is awkward for both of us, but please do not lose the cape.
Yeah, it's got it.
If it falls into the wrong hands, bad things could happen.
Don't lose the cape.
Don't lose it.
How sweet Jesus, now. It was a sweet dream, now it's a nightmare.
You literally, your eyes open as you break from a dream, and you're like, was that real?
Where is the cape?
Draped across you, and you can feel a presence there.
Is it weighty?
Very much so. It's very much like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
It is a burdensome thing to carry, but you're strong enough for it.
Yes, but I will carry it with pride.
I am watching you sleep.
I am watching you sleep.
Well, this is awkward.
Hush, little man, don't you cry.
I mean, I didn't really feel like
Daddy's
it.
going to get you a magpie.
Well, I guess I will snuggle up with my new cape, as to not lose it.
Each of you find your rest this night. What I will say before we go to the morning is Jophiel is one that doesn't sleep very much.
Not at all. I just close my eyes and act like I'm sleeping.
You do notice you do notice the kerfuffle that was Everett
I
falling
won't
out of bed.
engage that.
And you do notice that Sir Cedric has spent much time with his weapons,
Yeah.
and that the sword does look far different when he finally does come to bed. Is there anything anybody would like to do before the morning?
Nope.
The morning sun comes. You hear all it. Wake up. The morning sun.
Oh no, he's an alarm.
Wake up, the morning comes.
You got an alarm clock in your clip out.
Remind Dawnkeeper to put salt in the eggs.
Cedric, you. Master, it's morning.
Yes.
You didn't tell me your name yet.
That's
I guess you're right. I did not. You can call me Cedric.
It like has a soured expression. You can almost see the visage of Tatmar in your mind. Odd name. Yeah.
What do you have a preference?
I guess not. It's not as exuberant as Garum Thor is all.
You will be witness.
All right, everyone. Who wants eggs?
I
It's
don't-
time for breakfast.
I don't eat.
Alex is up
I know you don't
immediately
eat.
already making eggs at the stove.
But I'm sure they taste delicious. You've had 4 months to master this.
No. I'm sure they taste bland.
They taste exactly how an egg looks.
Yes.
Hold
they
on.
do.
Hold on. Am I to
Perfect.
understand that you are making eggs?
Yes.
No seasonings.
Well, I don't know where they're at actually.
Would you
Nadia
like me
didn't-
to collect some?
Sure. You know what? This would be fun.
A whole tribe of people.
Nolly is standing at the doorway watching this happening. She rolls her eyes and then walks away from the doorway.
And you never thought once to ask where the spices were.
I didn't want to sound foolish, is all.
Well, and we were.
What do you mean?
You hear echoed.
How about I go collect some spices so that there will be no more talk of bland eggs?
Brunika, you turn to the door and you see a muscular Tigran approaching with fury in his eyes.
You literally have a chef.
He
You
pushes.
literally have a clan cook.
Chef Mboro pushes past you and then walks to the stone oven, looking at the eggs in the skillet.
Detestable.
Oh,
You could give Dawn
Hi.
Keeper a full
This is a
pantry. He wouldn't know what to
disgrace.
do with it.
what?
Step back from the skillet.
Okay. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
How does one of your stature, Cedric, gain muscle mass with food that is so bland? Chef Mboro asks.
Genetics.
I mean, protein doesn't get added with flavor. I
You
don't
shut your
think.
mouth, you
Okay, I'm sorry.
non-seasoning slime half-wit. Ugh. He kind of throws the skillet to the side, and then he pulls from a pack, like a cast iron pan, and puts it on the stove, and then begins to pull out food and begins to cook in your little hovel.
Do you take that with you everywhere? or were you,
Everywhere. Everywhere I go, I take my skillets.
What? Makes
You never
it
know
so
when you're going to need a
different?
skillet.
No,
Everett,
I
you
agree.
take your weaponry with you when you go.
Everywhere. Yep, I agree. One must train like they
As
would
is for-
with
as
anything
is for
else.
chef.
Yeah.
Honestly, I find what each of you do grotesque. Killing for killing's sake. Cooking is an art.
Well, I
You
mean,
disgrace me, Alex.
As he's cooking, I'm just looking, seeing what he's doing different.
taking notes.
He's just adding salt and pepper to the eggs currently.
Fucking literally just a pinch.
Yeah, he pulls out a miniature spice cabinet and begins to sit it around the stove, and he begins to throw vegetables and places and things. I don't know, are any of you cooks within the party at all? Or are you guys just kind of traveling, eat what you can? Yeah,
I
so
mean,
to
I'm
each
a
of you it'd be
druid,
very
so for
yeah.
me, I'm like kind of, sort of hunter-gathery.
Yeah, I would say that it reminds you of, the orcs of the villages that you pass through, how some of their elders would cook. Not much the young ones, but it's just different spices from
Plus,
across the
I
land.
was from
yeah.
Cedric Gore, so I kind of got the.
They like to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. He's just using different spices, but it looks like he has different labeled spice blends. Is what it is.
Do we have any spinach?
Different concoctions. What is that?
Spinach.
I'm sorry, do each of you fancy grass this morning? Spinach?
It's a delicacy in Cedric Gore.
I said meat. Meat would be nice. Am I the only one that eats meat? Surely, to
I
God,
mean,
I'm not.
Is he the only one that eats meat? That is a good question.
I mean, does fish count as a meat?
You're one of those.
I live in an island village. Of course, I eat fish.
Right, but
My father really
No.
that doesn't mean,
vouches for you all.
it doesn't mean we have to always eat fish. You've tried other
There's
foods.
just so many different types of fish. There's light fish. There's medium fish. There's
Yeah,
scallops.
Yeah, yeah, but none of it tastes like beef or pork or lamb Or
That's
steak.
that is fair.
Scallop's a shellfish, right?
Yes,
Different from fish.
technically, because that's a shell. But then what are crabs and lobsters? Are they shellfish or are they fish? Or
They are
crustaceans?
shellfish.
Those are water spiders. And I will hear no other argument about it.
Oh, you've had lobster rolls before. They're great.
Yeah. But they're still water spiders. They
What
just
sort
taste
of
good.
animal is a lobster roll?
So you take the meat inside of a lobster, and then you add hot butter to it on top of like a bread.
Yeah, like a soft, squishy bread.
Yeah. Now
You
here's
could
the
also
weird
add
part.
mayonnaise.
Yeah. Now here's the weird part. In Ophius, it's cold. The meat. It gets warmed up by the hot butter.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You speak so vigilantly about food, yet you cook so horribly.
Yes, I was about to make that comment.
How does one
So-
speak of cooking but can't cook?
I had other people cook for me. I'm sorry. This is the first time I've been away.
I now dub you dainty fingers.
No, hold on.
He
I
can't
wish
carry
to
a
learn.
crate.
I do know, I have heard that in the lands beyond the barren wastes, that there are people who were not raised on how to cook properly. It's not.
He would put his time into learning other skills. He's quite handy with a hammer and an anvil. And like I kind of flashed my great sword, my practice sword that he fixed up.
Yes, creating weaponry and other inventions is my forte. Cooking has been a curiosity for me. Though I'm bad at it, as you
You
clearly
aspire?
have saw. I wish to learn more, yes.
State it. State before me, Chef Imboro of the Pride's Hearth, that you aspire to cook better.
Chef Imboro, head chef of Pride's Hearth.
That's right.
I aspire to learn how to cook.
Persuasion check.
Persuasion's not so hot. Oh, 10.
I present to you Jophiel, and he hands you one of his spice blends. That man there does not aspire. But women can cook from where I'm from. Take it with pride. You can add into your inventory Imboro's special spice blend.
Oh no, she
I
doesn't.
shall.
She doesn't have a memory.
She'll undo the spice blend, like the top of it,
Get
and
careful,
smell.
careful. You sniff it?
Yes.
It kind of burns your nostrils a little bit. Kind of very like mustard, not mustard.
Like a chili powder.
No, the root.
Horseradish?
Turmeric. Yes, very horseradishy. Yeah, it's very
Fiery
ginger.
through the nose.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah, very
Is
gingery.
it very strong?
Very strong.
So I can actually like.
Yeah. Burns in a good way. But yeah, so you can add Imboro's special spice blend. You have one of these. It has 12 servings. When added to a meal, it grants advantage on Constitution saving throws for 6 hours.
Pretty cool.
So when you have 12 servings.
Imboro's
Spice blend.
spice blend.
Mm-hmm.
Quantity 12.
12 servings per container.
And then what was it?
It gives advantage on con saves for 6 hours.
If wouldn't mind, I would like to observe. I know how to well game and cook.
So you aspire.
As a follower of Peltclaw, yes.
Good enough for me. He pulls out what looks like a juice box and he hands it to you.
Like with a little straw and
I
everything.
just wanted to watch you cook.
No. You are not ready. This is experimental boom boom juice. Take it with you on your travels. Use it. And one day come back and cook for me.
Understood. I'm just kind of like,
You can add boom boom juice to your inventory. Boom boom juice grants, so it's only 4 servings. It grants a +2 to dex checks and saves for 1 hour.
Okay.
He finishes making you guys breakfast. It's quite nice.
Yay, good food.
All the food that you, like, literally you ask for something, he makes it. Even if he has to send young Leonard out to hunt in the middle, even if it takes hours, if you ask it, he makes it. This seems to be his way of coping with the loss of Oland. Cooking.
Yeah, get lost.
And learning you make bland eggs.
He wasn't happy about that. Nalia was finally fed up with it.
You have been found wanting.
Dainty fingers. As you walk about the village, now Alex, little Leonard calling you dainty fingers.
Dainty fingers can't cook eggs.
Pretty much.
It's okay, Alex. We all know that you're kick-ass blacksmith.
I will learn this one day,
Well, you must aspire.
and I will impress him with my cooking. If it's the last thing I do on this earth.
Yeah, you guys need to add that side quest to your notes. Return one day to cook for Chef Mboro. I promise you that it will be worth it. Nalia walks in, grabs you, Jophiel.
Oh, okay.
Cinna said that you were to be taken to Yara immediately. She said it was of great importance. I don't know why.
Sid is very kind, but I shall go. Yes.
This way. She seems to not know what's going on. And she kind of takes you out into the village. All of you have met Yara. You've met a lot of these NPCs during your downtime. Yara is a very old, hunchbacked, elder Leonard individual. She wears bright-colored beaded clothing. She has this kind of bright blonde mane. Very happy-looking elder. And she is dragging out chests around her little artisan vendor area. And she sees you coming. I've got everything out for you. Cinna told me a woman should not be out in the wilds with no armor on her. Come, look at my wares.
Thank you, Miss Yara.
No problem. I plan to charge you in some way, don't worry. Old women need their niceties.
Absolutely.
Do you have any coin?
Yes.
Oh, good. And then she begins to pull out another chest. This is my private collection from all the dead sacrifices. I know morbid, but it's nice things. And she begins to open chests and pull things out. If anybody else would have wanted to venture, you guys can see this too. She pulls out.
I would have come.
Yeah. So all of you are kind of parading around, looking at these chests that you've never seen Yara pull out before, by the way.
I'm not necessarily interested in the chests, but I do want to kind of just observe the area.
There's not much of a gathering happening or anything, but people are watching because Yara apparently doesn't pull these things out very often. It's kind of a sore subject, you know. Nalia liked a lot of the sacrifices, so Yara kind of keeps this stuff under wraps, but she's a collector of sorts of dead men and women's stuff.
Well, waste not, want not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yara pulls out. I will read off the list here. She pulls out 2 sets of chainmail. One looks relatively well taken care of. It's got these blue adornments of the Triadic Conclave. It does seem to be an actual like Sir Cedric, you recognize this as kind of the initiate's chainmail of a Lyle. It's in good shape. But then she pulls out another set of chainmail, which is much more ran down looking and old, but what does strike you as interesting is it does have a small medallion with 4 pillars on it. She does sit out a it's a red heart amulet hanging from a necklace with kind of lion's mane gold about it, like that color. She does pull out a single gold ring. She pulls out a bracelet. She has quite a few things, actually. As I kind of run through this, just kind of take note and you can ask about it. So, bracelet, she pulls out a mantle, actually. Brunika, I know you're only watching, but you do see a mantle that is akin to the tribes of the Barren Lands. It does strike you as interesting. She does pull out a very nice-looking hunting quiver. She pulls out a nice pair of leather boots. She pulls out, interestingly enough, Sir Cedric. She pulls... Well, actually, this would be more for Alex Dawnkeeper. You recognize this more. It is gauntlets, but those that you typically see dwarves use whenever they're smithing. And then the most interesting thing, this is also for Alex, something that seems to have come from your forge, something that you made, and you have no idea how it got here. It's a scope you were working on. Kind of just looks like a little like a seeing glass, but it's not. You recognize it, but you have no idea how it would have got here. But I would say that Sir Cedric and Alex, you both do take a little bit of interest in the gauntlets, just because of their look. But yeah, so that's what she pulls out. So 2 sets chainmail, an amulet, a ring, a bracelet, pretty much a druidic mantle, Brunika, some boots, some really cool gauntlets, and what is essentially your arcane marksman's scope, kind of something that you had blueprints for that you only made kind of one version of, but you probably just tossed it out or your sister sold it. It's hard to tell.
Yara? Yeah. This thing, I kind of pick it up. Where did this come from? Because I actually made this.
No, come on now. You're just trying to get a discount, huh? Say that I have stolen wares. These are dead people's wares, not stolen wares. Come on now.
I wasn't insinuating any of that. I was just curious about how this got here. I thought I tossed it out with the rest of the scrap.
She's going to roll an intelligence check. See if she remembers. Well, honestly, dear, I don't know where I got that. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think that it came from any of the dead ones. But if you say it's yours, I'll give you a discount on it.
Have you ever been to the Isles of Ophius?
No. Yeah, I have procured things from sailors that have came from the Bay of Barter, though.
Maybe it was just somebody digging through the trash, Alex.
I think so. It wouldn't have been the first time that happened.
An Elgin?
Eldon.
Elminian? Eldon, yeah. I've purchased things from Eldon.
Does he come here often?
Every now and again. Usually once per cycle.
Once per cycle.
Has he been here this cycle?
I'm
No.
sure to deliver us.
He
It was
didn't
the last time that he
deliver
was
us.
here.
The Oberu sisters delivered us.
Ooh, I see
Oh, and
I've
you
stumbled
borrow
across the
sisters.
sore subject.
Well,
I keep forgetting that you all were
That's fair.
sacrifices. My apologies.
it's
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
I don't know his specific whereabouts. I haven't seen him in...
No.
It's probably been a year and a half.
Yeah, we were just kind of hoping maybe we got lucky.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, how much would you want for the scalp?
Well, if you made it, how much would you charge for it, young handsome man?
Oh, well, he doesn't do the business. That's his sister.
No, that's my sister.
Let's see. Is it going to be really high or really low?
It would be fair.
make me an offer. That's how I usually do business here. If you like something I have, make me an offer.
How about 10 Parith?
15?
15, and I get that ring.
Oh. And she looks over at the ring. Oh, I like the ring. 20 in both. I'll part with it, 20 for both. How about that?
You have yourself a deal.
Good. So you hand over the Pariths. She hands you the Arcane Marksman Scope. So when you made this, in terms of the roll set, it's attachable to your firearm, and it allows you to use a bonus action to aim, which gives you advantage on your next attack roll.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then the ring, let's see, I don't even know what the ring does. I haven't read it in a while.
Honestly, I was always a blank ring because I could make stuff for it.
It's a black and gold onyx ring. It gives you the ability to move silently, grants you a +2 bonus to stealth checks.
We take those.
Not bad. But then she looks at you as you're looking at the two sets of chainmail.
She has. She's definitely looking at the second one, the older one.
You like the older one, huh? That one's been here for a long time. I was a wee lass when I got this one. One of the first sacrifices that I remember, actually. Was a woman, too. Pity. Anyway,
It's beautiful.
that it is.
The older it maintains, and there's so much wisdom just in its make.
Don't make an old woman cry. We're here to bargain. And she, there's tears in her eyes.
Oh, I didn't mean to bring such.
Don't worry, I give discounts to the women of the village.
Oh, I haven't needed such. Give them to the men.
Oh. But,
I don't think they carry much.
Oh. Well, if you want it, what are you willing to give for it?
I will give whatever you like.
Oh, no, that's not how this works. You offer something, I may make a counter offer, and then we bargain from there.
She hands you her whole coin purse.
Whoa. She's like, oh, no, but then she grabs it and she begins to count. How much does she count in there?
120 parrots.
She sighs, oh, if I were such a mean, old, crotchety woman, I would take every one of these. If you're willing to part with 50 parrots, I'll give you the armor.
Only 50?
Yeah, only 50.
Are you sure?
I stand in the presence of what is the interim leader of the Pride. I can't just go ripping off his people.
I just want to give to your people, though.
No, you've given plenty. Plenty of fun and laughs I've had along the way since you've arrived. Especially this morning. Sheffenborough was all a huff. But 50 will do it.
I cannot express enough gratitude towards you.
Oh, it's fine. Is she always this serious?
It seems a bit extra today, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's yours.
Thank you.
She counts out 50 and hands you your purse back. This is ancient chainmail of the Triadic Conclave, but the original version. So it is rare. So what this does for you. So it is a +1 set. Wearing this armor reduces damage taken from fire, ice, and lightning by 2.
Okay.
Anybody else looking at anything?
So this
Yeah,
is
I'm
a
gonna-
+1.
I'm
+1
going to
chainmail.
inquire about the other set of chainmail, despite it being for followers of Lyle.
This one does look more akin to fit a man. As you're looking at it now anyway, which may be hinting at its magical properties. It almost... Magical items, as it tends to do in Alora, kind of cater to that of which wants to wear it, we'll say. Well, do you like this, Mr. Cedric? What does one of your astuteness want to offer for such a piece?
What would you say to an offer of 48 Parith?
That's hardly specific. I feel like I have no room for bargaining. It's as if you're handing me your last piece of coin.
Well, between the two of us, I may be doing that.
Oh. Would you be willing to make a trade?
For?
Your old spear. You seem to have been carrying around this sword. Likes to assume that perhaps you don't need the old pokey thing anymore.
That is a fair assessment. If you would like to trade, I can absolutely make that.
Agreed. Agreed. And if you hand it over, you actually watch her take it back to the back of her little hut, and she puts it on a mannequin in its grasp. It does seem to be adorned with different pieces of armor and weaponry. May mean something special to her. But then she hands you the chainmail. She lets you take it. So this is chainmail of Dawn's Light. It is rare. It does require attunement by a cleric or paladin of the Triadic Conclave. The chainmail emits a soft divine glow when undead are nearby, within 60 feet. So it's kind of like the Bilbo's sword, except for undead.
Sting.
Yeah, and it actually makes you unnoticed to undead nearby, as if you're almost invisible to them. And then it gives you advantage on saving throws against abilities used by the undead. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, kind of interesting. So yeah, chainmail of Dawn's Light. Anybody else looking at anything?
I would like to ask a question, actually.
Sure.
So, I vaguely remember,
Excuse me.
Rook saying that 2 people had tried to reach out to this village prior to me and had not come back, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to know that before I proceeded.
To this village? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, 2 individuals came before you, and that's what kind of put you on the hunt.
I begin to walk forward, and I take a look at the mantle that carries the sign of my people.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it, and I kind of look at Yara, and I go,
Before my departure here, there were 2 others that came before me. Dare I ask, this mantle belonged to one of them?
She grins. No. Not as far as I can tell. And then she kind of gestures to the mantle. I don't know of your prowess, Brunika, but as you can see, this mantle was made here. Though it may be in the likeness of your people. And as you do scrutinize it, it does seem to be made from leaves and vines of the Groilic Jungle, kind of the native area. But is that redecoration? You don't know. But if you'd like to roll an insight check, you of course can. See if she's lying about that original statement, if you wish.
you know what? Trying to look at my insight. There we go. Yeah, just for the shits and giggles of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I can actually roll some dice. Natty 20.
Nice.
Hey.
What's the total?
Oh, fuck.
The total is 23.
Ooh, we meet.
Damn.
You sense that there is definitely a lie in there, but you can't. It's almost as if you can't call her on it. You're not sure.
I'd say because I would feel honor bound to try and get this to inevitably bring it back to where it belongs. But
With that high of a check, you do feel like in your heart, you're like, I'm pretty sure that came from my homeland, and you just redecorated it, Yara. You scummy old bag. Like that's what's going on in your mind, but you're not 100%. But you do feel as though this was made for not only your people, but people like you. So, well, if you like it so much, does the son of a High Lord carry deep pockets?
While I may be the son of a High Lord, I am one of the land. I do not carry much on me.
Well, if you wanted, what would you offer then?
I kind of I pull out my bag of 10 parith.
Oh, I've been so kind today. What say you, interim Pride Master?
Well, I mean, he is the son of a High Lord. Perhaps,
I hate young people.
which I understand your predicament.
I really like coin, but I'm getting too old to spend it. But I really like coin.
What are you working on back there? Maybe he could help in a different way. Like, you've got the mannequin. What do you need to finish your little collection?
She scrutinizes Brunika.
All I got is like a very a very singed leather cloak and like a leather pelt on, essentially. For lack of a better term, leather armor.
Do you plan on returning to Peltclaw in your lifetime?
Yes. It is my calling.
Would you make a deal with me?
I'm listening.
Say perchance that you were to give old Peltclaw a scruff and pull off a few hairs. Would you bring it back to an old woman? I have an unfinished mane, you see.
If Peltclaw allows it, so it shall be.
She kind of puts a hand on the mantle, and she whispers a few words of power, and it glows green for a moment, and then she picks it up and hands it to you. It's yours, but only as long as you plan to come see an old woman again. You can put into your inventory the Druid's Mantle, which is of your people. What this does for you, sir, you can wear it as a cloak, and it gives you one additional use of Wild Shape.
That's big baller.
Yeah.
I put it on top of my singed cloak.
Very cool. It kind of melds to him in a way. Kind of the decorations of the jungle fall off, and it very much fits your attire.
Oh, looks
I'll
good
be
on
sure
you.
that it returns to where it belongs.
Now, see, don't you feel better?
I really like coin. Well, would you, any of you like any of these other wares?
Your trap has given me more than enough.
Well, hopefully this puts me on the path when I hit the grave towards silver coins. Because Lord knows I've lost plenty of coin this day. Anyway, I'm glad that I could have helped. I really am. Thanks for everything you're doing and stuff. I don't know if I'll live long enough to see the fruits of your labor, but, you know.
Oh, your kin will, though.
That's right. That is right. And she begins to put things back. But she does go to that mannequin kind of one more time, and she does kind of run her hand across the top of it.
And these items look like haphazard, like she just gathered what she could, or...
It looks like she's trying to recreate something.
Is there a theme? I guess is what I'm asking.
Roll for me a perception check.
Can I also look?
Mm-hmm. You can roll a perception check. Whoever would like to. We can make it a group roll. If you guys are curious. We'll see if majority rolls, and you guys can get an idea.
Yeah, that's pretty good for me. That's pretty good. A natural 20.
A natural 20.
Yes.
19.
19.
Let's go.
What else you guys got?
19 plus 2 is 21.
Well, we're pretty much on the way.
I got a 7.
Okay.
15.
Okay. So, Brunika, you're kind of really into your new mantle.
I'm more concerned about where it belonged.
Right.
I'm more concerned about having to have a discussion with a family member about somebody passing.
It's more of you guys scrutinizing it for a long time, like staying a little bit past your welcome here, that she finally is like, she turns around and rolls her eyes. His name was Larry. Was my husband. I'm collecting things that remind me of him is all.
That's actually...
He had a mane similar to that of which I've seen depicted of Peltclaw. Cat's out of the bag. I'm just an old woman holding on.
Literally.
Literally. Thanks, young man.
When
You got jokes about here? Yes.
when Larry passed, did you not get his remains?
No. He fought before. He fought before the pact did, Hero.
Oh.
He fell to a snaky snake.
And they took his body?
No, he crawled back here and died.
Poison.
Yeah, but his remains, his remnants of what he used to wield were redistributed, and I've just been looking for things that remind me of him is all, and he he carried a spear into battle. Gravelly old lady voices beating me up, I guess.
Shit, what was that? Oh, so you were from a time before the pact?
No, he was. I was much younger. He was much older than me.
You ever speak on it?
Just of as much as what we all know. It was just fierce battle after fierce battle back then. You know, lots of fighting, a lot of dying.
Yeah.
Mostly dying.
That tends to be what happens in war.
Well, it is true. But anyway, an old lady's tired, so... And she just kind of goes and sits next to Larry's mannequin.
Wait, we better leave the poor woman alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Lydiara.
Oh, welcome. Enjoy the front lines.
I shall.
So what would you guys like to do?
Okay. Let's see. We need to talk to Nalia. We're gonna go by the Sienna shop.
Perhaps we should convene a meeting of the clan and discuss who will be the new ruler.
Well, I would like to talk to Nala.
Nalia is
Nalia.
is with she brought you guys
Yeah,
over,
yeah,
so
yeah,
she's
yeah.
been kind of hovering as she tends to do. It's probably a good time for us to speak of what comes next.
Yeah.
We'll go to the throne. So
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
could I get a little heads up of what's getting ready to happen before we talk to everyone? Or is that not how?
we're not going to speak with everyone right now.
I see.
We'll probably keep this between us for the time being.
Okay.
There's and she hushes, and you guys go walking across. There's a lot of highs of people, coming by, Dainty Fingers and, Pride Master Everett, things like that. Hey, how you doing? But as you kind of go in there, you are then alone with Nalia.
Okay.
we should discuss what is going to happen next, of course. Brunika has many thoughts and feelings on this, from what I've overheard. There is a precedent here to, if you do plan on leaving, to choose a successor. But there's not a lot that can be done until the current blight is rid. You could choose a successor now, but that just undermines your leadership while you're here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Until the whatever we choose to do with Silthara and what we choose to do on the 9th day of Relnavar's dawn, when the dust settles is when whatever outcome, especially if we are victorious in our goals, then maybe a successor can be found.
So, if we are victorious in our goals and we're not all, lunch.
Yeah? Preferably not lunch. Yeah.
Yeah, preferably not.
Will be well seasoned.
Where would the tribe still need a leader?
I've been pondering this. I don't know. I don't know how many of us will stay. If we are somehow accepted into the realm as a sovereign nation, we're just not welcome in cities. I can get by because I look more like you.
Mm-hmm.
But when's the last time you saw a Tigran or a Leonar in any of the great cities that you've come from?
Strolling through the street. Wait, so Ophius is pretty, progressive, right?
Ophius is the most progressive. I would say
seen-
maybe each of you have seen one or two here and there, but on a ship.
Yeah.
Not like native
Not
to
in the
the
land.
Yeah, but not very common. I don't know what the fallout from this is going to be.
Well, I will say this. You stand among someone that was, probably still is, in the same shoes you are. You like to walk and travel, right, Brunika? How often do people look at you funny when you go into the city?
All the time, but
But you...
as an agent of Cedric Gore and of Peltclaw,
You're trying to show them that your kind aren't what people think they are, right?
Hard to do if I had any inkling toward that.
At least,
the goal of my father is to prove that the people of the Barren Lands are not savages.
well,
But the deeds of our past carry a precedent throughout the realm. So it's easier said than done.
But one thing to remember is every part of this nation has done unsavory things in their past. You're just the recent one. The one fresh in everyone's mind. Give it time, and wounds can heal.
and especially if trading ships are coming here, they will speak of how civilized and their good dealings with you and your people.
Most vessels do come here and they take what they want. Opening a trade network will do wonders for Sorborg, and I wonder if even there needs to be leadership in the old ways when everything's said and done.
Well, I don't think you'll have much use for the throne, but you will need some sort of representative.
This is
You're
true.
talking about changing the hearts and the minds of outsiders. Well, you'll need someone that can show them, like you've shown us.
And she kind of thinks on that. There's a smile there. like a not a knowing smile, but like she's thought of such things.
Yeah, you get to be the representative.
In a hypothetical sense, if everything was to go perfect, which it probably won't, and if we don't end up dinner, which we probably will,
Yeah.
what I would say is that I have wanted nothing more than to get out of this jungle since I was very young. Not gonna lie. If there is a ship that is leaving this place when all is said and done, perhaps I would inquire about leaving. And if what you're saying is true, Brunika, then I would love nothing more than to speak with your father. To perhaps seek his wisdom of a way forward for my people.
We seek the betterment of your clan. Not only to reinforce what my father seeks to accomplish through me, but also as people with ties to Peltclaw.
I think that we have a good foundation for what ifs.
We do still have quite a bit of doing left, but a task is much easier if the objective is clear.
Kill Sorosa. And either convince the Silthara to join us, or kill them.
With Olin's passing, part of the bond is broken, which means you have the backing of my people. And essentially, your tribe.
Yeah.
Silthara would have to be out of the picture for like-minded individuals of her clan to join us. That is our next goal, is to figure out what side of the coin Silthara lands on. Oland was much past his prime and knew that this day could come, but Silthara is a stubborn old woman. As you'll find out, I'm sure. Perhaps we should seek an audience with her.
That's actually what I was getting ready to ask. How does one go about introductions?
We go to the Tigran canopies. And we hope that we aren't killed along the way. And hopefully, as probably would be prudent if I join you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's stopping them from just, I don't know, killing us in the woods?
Because they will already know that Olin's dead.
And
The forest speaks.
how will they feel about an outsider taking up?
Oh, I don't know. But one strong enough to defeat Oland could probably at least get 5 minutes with their Pride Master. They don't usually kill on sight. They're not like the Maw. They just don't like us as of late. But I know one of them, and perhaps he can get us a meeting. His name's Kalen, and he just so happens to be the son of Silthara. And we're on speaking terms.
Well,
Her cheeks grow a little red. I think
this is good.
I think it is possible that we could at least get a meeting.
Well, we could get in. We
Yeah.
all still may die, but we can get in.
Yeah,
Is he a tiger?
Awesome.
he is.
If we do not go, we'll die anyways.
That's
This
also
is
true.
true.
If you lost on all these conversations, we will die.
Yeah.
I do agree with Sir Cedric.
Yeah. Well, cool. When should we do it? Today? Or do we just show up? Do you need time to get
Don't
a
know
hold
if
of
we
him?
get there in time.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. How far is it?
Well, we'll be going through the jungle.
Okay.
2 days on foot.
Oh, that's a pretty good trek through your jungle.
And she walks over near the throne and whistles, and a few birds come down. And she kind of reaches close to them and whispers, and they flutter off.
Wait, that's
I know a place. Some old ruins. I just sent word to Kalen. It's about a day and a half from here, close to the canopies. If we go speak with him, perhaps he can convince his mother to let us speak with her. She seems very giddy. I haven't seen Kalen in weeks. I am gonna go bathe. You should get ready. And she goes running off to her hut.
She's a Disney princess. She talks to birds.
She did just talk to birds.
Yep.
yes.
She is a Disney princess. You're correct.
So that's how
Also,
they do
she's
mail.
Twitter pated.
Yes.
She's Twitter pated, as per Bambi.
Okay.
She comes out sometime later looking like Mulan on her day of arranged marriage
Oh,
or whatever,
God.
you know, like all done up.
Yikes.
It's not that bad. But yeah, handing it over to you guys. What would you like to do?
So she said it's a day and a half if we leave today.
Day and a half to some old ruins in the Groilic Jungle,
And then
where
we'll-
she's just arranged a bird call meeting with Caitlin.
Then we gotta wait out there for him to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well. Well, we should probably gather provisions. We're gonna be there a little bit. I'd say at least
Do
a
you want
4
my
day.
provisions or
You guys can.
the chef's provisions?
I tell you what, because this is going to be funny, because I'm going to put them in Mr. Dawnkeeper's inventory as bland day rations. Roll for me 2 die 4 plus 2. And let's see how many day rations you come up with here. he like hurriedly runs back and starts to make
All the eggs.
all the eggs.
6.
6. Okay, so 6 day rations you can add to your inventory. You guys can get your hands on any basic provisions that you could probably think of. If there's anything more exuberant, you'd probably have to ask for it. But when it comes to, basic traveling wares, the Pride can provide.
Yeah. I don't think we need a whole lot. Just stuff to eat. Maybe not even that. I'm sure we could live off the jungle a little bit.
6 is enough for at least a day.
Is there anything else that you guys needed to do?
I have one last
Sorry.
request before we leave.
Yes, sir.
I want to go to Jara and see if she has any seasonings laying around that I could purchase.
In Yaras?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, we gotta stop by Sienna's real quick too on the way out.
Yeah, if you go back to Bug Yara, and you ask, what do you ask her? Go ahead.
So Boro didn't give me any of his seasonings. Do you have anything lying around that I could use for seasonings?
That you could.
I don't cook.
Oh. Did any of the people that you got the items from cook?
That's one way to put it.
Wasn't you wondering how Chef and Boro had all these odd seasonings?
Ah, valid. Well, it was worth a shot.
She kind of shoos you off, just laughing. Everett, did you want to go see Senna?
Yes.
Okay. Whoever wants to go can. She does have a little shop as well.
I'll
She's let's say she sees you coming. Have you outfitted yourself yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is so much better than what you're wearing. Wow.
She looks like she could actually fight now, doesn't she?
Well, I hope
think,
so.
I think I could.
You look very nice.
Thank you.
You look nice too.
Thank you.
Yes. Ian, did you swap out armor or did you keep your old on?
He didn't have any armor.
I didn't have any armor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so used to running high-level campaigns as of late. Yeah. So you've doffed yours as well.
Oh yeah, big
Those
doff.
really show off your biceps. That is very nice. Very,
Thank you.
very nice. Anyway, she kind of shakes her head to get the butterflies out.
Yeah,
What
you
can
told us.
Senna do for you this day?
You told us to stop by before we were heading out.
I did. If I assumed you were heading into the jungle. It is a very dangerous place.
Yeah.
I've made you each something. And she hands each of you a small jar of healing salve, each with 2 uses. This is essentially their minor healing potions. 2d4 plus 2. They can be used twice. It's a salve that you rub on ye wounds. And for you, big boy. And she comes over to you, Sir Cedric. And she hands you a vial of blue liquid. Use it sparingly. And what I mean by that is you can use it once. It's called Jungle Vigor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It increases your max HP by 10 for 24 hours.
Thank- Oh, thank you so much for these gifts.
Yes, it's appreciated.
It is no problem. I do have something for you. It's just in case. Though you have him in the party. And
What?
I know that I can speak to animals, but I'm assuming you can too, being from the Barren Lands.
Yes.
I don't know if the rest of you can. And she hands you it. It looks like it's another little vial, but it's got this kind of pasty cream in it.
Mm-hmm.
Just as I said, it's very experimental. But just rub a little bit on your lips and go and do it. You'll see. All of a sudden, any little bird or creature in the area, you just hear them all come to life, and you can hear their conversations, and it's super loud. And you like grab at your ears, and she runs over and she kind of wipes it off your lips, and then it stops. It's balm of beast speech.
I didn't know
That's
that
it.
the birds talked like that.
It'll give you 10 minutes
Wow.
of beast speech. It's got enough in it for each of you to put it on once, essentially. So,
Birds are kind of dumb.
yeah. Yes, they are very dumb. I don't use it very often because I can already hear, but when I use it, I can
They
hear
were
their inner thoughts and feelings.
They were talking about a hole that one of their other bird friends made, and
Yeah.
how they didn't like the hole.
Oh, they've been packing that hole for a long time. Yeah. They've been stealing acorns from the squirrels and putting it in the hole, and then the squirrels come back, and it's a whole war unto itself. That is the real war here in the Sorborg.
Wow.
Yes.
It's literally
Between the birds and the squirrels. Let's see.
When we are gone, the squirrels are going to lead a legion against the birds. It's going to be crazy.
that's a fight on
And
every
then to
level
take out
here.
the rest of the nations. Yeah.
I heard about Sir Corcus and the Great Acorn.
Oh, you do not mess with their carcass. I am even afraid of that one. Anyhow,
Well, we found the boss fight for the end of this part.
Sir Corcus.
Giant squirrel. Yes.
Sir Corcus and the
Sir
giant
Corcus.
acorn.
So you mentioned last night that
Writing that down for later.
Oland and Silvera had a relationship of sorts,
They did.
and it ended poorly.
It didn't end well. Well, I mean,
Did he tell you exactly why?
when he persuaded Silthar to make the pact, Hero apparently under the guise of, well, breaking it soon after. It's all supposed to be a scheme, I think, but it wasn't. And it's been many, many years since they've spoke, and she's grown older and meaner, and he's grown older and wiser and now dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you think maybe, well, she was kind of led into it, like, Like with half-truths, I guess.
I think that, and she kind of like rubs her head. I think that many people here are all under the pretense of half-truths.
Yeah.
I don't know the play of them three. I was very young, but from what he's told me, it wasn't supposed to last forever. This truce was supposed to have a time frame, but one that Siros was never willing to put a number on. Olin was supposed to make that number a reality, and it never happened, and everyone grew old.
I see. Well, thank you. That's useful. Any information about this woman I can gather is
Well,
helpful.
if you meet her, good luck.
I'm gonna need it. I'm not exactly a statesman. This is so far out of my field of expertise.
So, Ritlock, you should use that to your advantage.
What?
You bear the pelt of Olin.
Oh yeah, I'm going to wear it.
He never maintained a time frame.
So you want me to throw him under the bus?
No.
Good.
She
I
wants me
That wasn't-
to be thrown under the proverbial carriage, I see.
You must declare a time frame.
It's actually a good idea, Everett. You can't hear him, but he's like talking as
Yeah.
you're talking.
Yeah, I figured.
That's, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're onto something.
We will speak more this evening about what I and Sulthar shared at one point in time to perhaps help you in your conversation.
I forgot I could just ask him. That would probably be way fucking easier.
Just reminding you that he's there.
Yeah. Like I said, no statesman. Well, cool. How did I
Master Cedric,
get
do we go to
here?
kill things?
That is the end goal, yes.
Is it?
Good.
It's important to not take joy in it.
That is most unsettling and saddens me greatly.
This poor cat.
I will kill with no glee.
Now, what does
Bummer.
Jeremy think?
Kill them all.
I say we kill them all.
Fireball.
So what would you guys like to do? Nalia comes running back with a pack on her back, hair up, freshly cleaned, smelling like jungle lilac. I'm ready.
Well,
She's
Burn
kinda-
them and everything they love.
Okay, we won't ask for what, but let's go.
yeah.
That's the squirrels.
They're getting ready to launch their assault.
Launch your assault, Quokkas.
Poor birds don't know what's gonna hit them.
Launch
At
the
dawn, we
Quokkas.
strike.
Is there anything else I need to? I guess not. I guess this cloak is all I need, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it can do attitude.
Uh-huh.
And a can-do attitude.
I would be much more comfortable if we were going to fight.
Well, we gotta deal with the squirrel first, so we'll see what happens.
Ah, yes. The squirrels.
Everett, you should really choose your battles one at a time. If we're here to undermine the squirrel genocide, we'll do that after.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't know this was a common knowledge.
it is now.
Yep.
It is now.
Well, if you're ready,
So many problems to fix.
The squirrel's the Sorborg.
you guys wait. You
Oh
guys
no, we're
wait.
gonna hate it.
Yeah.
You guys wait.
We're leave and come back.
I found my Halloween one-shot for the year.
Ravaged.
Rain hellfire
Squirrel
damnation
Thulu
on you
runs out of the
all.
forest.
Yeah, we should probably get on the road, get on the trail.
Well, this way
God
then.
will smite you to oblivion.
That lip balm is still working a little bit, Jophiel. You just hear the ragged cries of death and damnation to the bird people.
Down with the birds.
They will burn and tarnish coffers. It's gonna happen.
May you be struck by lightning twice.
I've heard.
The bird people wish to dethrone everything we stand for. They must go down.
We're not RPing squirrels now, you fucks.
I've heard damnable things, but these squirrels are rage. They are just rage.
I think it's just down to one.
Great.
Bad.
Barbarian squirrels. Understood. Yeah, the one shot's getting better and better. All right. So Nalia takes you to the outskirts
Yeah, how?
of the Pride's Hearth, yes?
And it's a pretty long walk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you guys are about to go on an adventure.
Comfortable. Okay.
Yes?
No.
Go ahead. Oh yeah,
I'll
no,
wait,
there's
I'll wait till we're on the road.
well, I'm gonna take a wee real quick, and we'll jump right back into it, as we still got about 45 minutes here. So let me reconnect, and hold on, there. Here we go,
Hold.
and we'll be right back.
Connect.
There we go. Look at him.
there's the
Everyone make
nerd.
fun of him. Shame him.
This was my.
He's playing with magic cards, which is pretty cool.
Those are my cards.
I said magic cards. Wyler's
Magic?
magic cards. I should be more precise. Oh, there's a random card.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
what are you doing with just a random fucking?
Just something I can slip in there.
You
Yeah,
Oh.
is that what I think it is?
It's supposed to be 100 cards. It's actually 101.
Is that a 40K card?
No.
I mean. it-
Oh,
is.
okay, never mind. I forgot what I had in there. Yes, that is a 40K card.
Celestine. God damn it. That's fucking
It's over.
sick.
It's all over.
It's all
Yeah, I'm not.
Pass it.
I'm not doing that.
Here you go. Pass it.
I knew they were in Magic.
There you go, Wyler. All right.
They're cool. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
So, as we jump back into tonight's session, the DM pulls out a Bud Light. He cracks it open, and he smells the effervescent scent and takes a sip.
As the DM cracks a cold one.
There's a DM cracks a cold one. So we begin to set off into the Groilic Jungle. You walk the outskirts of the Pride's Hearth for a time, eventually coming to a narrow stream of which you cross, and you notice that the jungle starts to get much more dense, and Nalia starts to be much more wary, because the Groilic Jungle, this part of the jungle is untamed. None of the three prides control this place. It's been left to its own devices. So, keep quiet enough, stay close. We're heading to a place called... And she looks about. Everyone roll for me perception.
I'd like to bless Nalia on the next fight. A vigilant blessing.
Sure.
And you said it was a perception check?
Yeah. She got quiet and started listening really hard for a second. I just want to see what everyone got here.
22.
13.
Okay. 22, 13, 10. So
12 and
Cedric?
2 is 14.
14?
Wyler? Or
He's working on it.
oh,
Jophiel, 22, right?
yeah.
You just notice a very eerie silence that is so deafening in a way that is not
It's
of
unnatural.
yeah, and it almost took Nalia by surprise, and that's why she stopped speaking. What'd you get, Brunika?
I got an 18.
With an 18, pretty close. You just kind of notice it's a bit quiet. The rest of you just kind of stop as she gazes around. Does it seem quiet?
Yes. Either we are a threat to cause silence, or another is stalking us to cause it. We should be unprepared.
Maybe because you're here. The jungle could still mourn. Olin does walk with us.
Was
Anyway.
that night, like we saw critters
Yeah.
walking to and walking back. Were they quiet? Like
No, there was a cry.
Yeah. That's,
They were all like bowing
Oh,
before you.
yeah.
Like crickets were bowing in your presence and shit. Yeah, all the jungle critters. But what she says is, it could be that the jungle just still mourns. Could be that things are watching. It could be that you wear the Cape of Oland and we're treading into the jungle. We're heading to a place called Crimsonwood Hollow. It's an old ancient ruin. That's where we'll meet Kaylin. If we make haste, we can probably get there by nightfall. If you want to be a little bit more careful, we can make it there by the morning. It's your choice.
Hey, you're the god. How quickly do you want to get to your boyfriend?
She smiles, blushes. It's not all about, oh my god. Made a mess. It's not all... She takes a drink from her water skin. I think that I'm a lot faster than each of you. We can move quickly if you can keep up.
Yeah.
But I don't want to tire you out.
I do not tire.
She does not tire. That's good. She kind of... She didn't roll her eyes, but she's like, we'll see about that.
I look at Hell. I look at
Hell.
Cedric and Brunika.
Cedric carrying this massive blade.
In chainmail now.
Don't worry,
That's
Master. I will
straightforward.
give you speed.
Thank you.
Maybe just easy. Steady as she goes.
We can go easy. All right.
Maybe, yeah.
Stay close. It's easy to get lost in here.
Okay.
Right. And she begins to kind of work her way into the deep foliage. The sky begins to kind of grow darker as the canopy grows thicker.
Oh shit! So like, we're not like macheting our fucking way through
It's
here.
think
We're
of like
moving the brush to
think of
get-
like a predator, first predator, like into the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Tonight's episode name, Bazinga. So,
Honey. God damn it.
you it is very much like she pulls out her spear at times and like there's like vines and things that seem to almost move toward her and she's like thwap, or she'll like pull out a blade and then cut away things. At times she goes up into the trees and kind of bounces around and then comes back through to clear a path, showing that she has very much a feline grace. Like she could probably go through the canopy very quickly. Giving you an inkling of how her people travel.
Naruto style.
Yeah, very much so. Oh, very much so. Like, she was going to take you guys on a journey if you chose to go fast. But as we're being careful, so she's leading, so I need to make a check. But I want the rest of you. I want a few things. I would like a survival check from everyone. Okay. She got pretty good. She got a 21.
Man, fuck me. One good roll. Can't roll shit the rest of it.
18.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
13.
Okay. So, Cedric?
12 and 0 is 12.
That's pretty good, yeah.
It's not bad for the average.
For sure.
I would like for one of you to roll for me a perception check. It's your choice amongst the party. Who would like to do it?
I'll go ahead and do it.
Got it. Oh, no. Yep, you got it.
Brunika, go right ahead, sir.
16 plus 3, 19.
19. Okay. Will you roll for me a die 4?
Four.
So, you travel throughout the day, and it is slow going. It really is. There's a lot of rain and perpetual mist that begins to kind of fall, and then it gets quite gloomy. The quietness does reprieve a little bit. You start to hear critters and creatures out there roaming the jungle. But being the size of group that you are, and especially you wearing the cape that you are, a lot of things you may see like a panther get into the vicinity and then quickly run away just upon gazing in your direction. Foxes, rabbits, squirrels, birds. they all kind of deter away from your path. Eventually, you start to come across kind of broken, worked stone in the ground. Old ruins covered by time. The sun begins to fade to a point that it gets quite dark. We're a bunch of humans in this party. Not a lot of dark vision, I would say.
If it gets
Nope.
too dark, I will grant
Yeah, cast
everyone
light.
an hour of.
We cast some light?
I can, yeah.
Okay, he does that instead.
Well, I thought you both were doing something.
I can, yeah. I can give us all dark vision if we continue to travel with it.
I would say
Whatever
I
you guys
already
wanna do.
have dark vision.
Whatever you guys want to do. It's not a competition of how we light this place up. Nolly was going to light a torch.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, she's got a lantern. So, but it's up to you guys. She's just got a single directional lantern, though. So, and it's really more for your guys' benefit. She can see pretty well, but it's whatever you guys want to do. I'm just curious. She will actually turn. I have a lantern, but it's more for your benefit than mine. I can see the path ahead. But if you require more light and you have it, feel free.
No. Torchlight works fine with me. Yeah, I'll grab a torch at a pack.
Sure. The rain does. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I just touched a little collar on my
You,
shirt.
you a little beacon
Cast
of light.
light on it. Yeah.
Little beacon of light. It does get quite dark to the point where you can kind of just see in your general kind of 10-foot area and then around the lantern. Almost as if the light's like cutting through this perpetual darkness and mist. You come to an area where the work stone begins to grow in mass, as if you're walking through like ancient passageways, like old halls and things of some ruined temple from long ago. The canopy does begin to break, and moonlight does begin to illuminate the area through this kind of perpetual mist. And up ahead, you can see it looks like there's a pool of water in the center of an open glade that has been kind of grown amidst the ruins. Several trees kind of on the outer edge of it, but there's a nice opening. That's it. That's the hollow. And she begins to move forward.
Whoa.
She waits.
When's he supposed to get it? Shouldn't he already be here? Or are we?
It's depending on his speed. He could be here in the morning or sometime now. I'm not sure. She whistles silently, like a bird's call. And she kind of puts up a hand with the torch, and a bird does come down. And she kind of puts an ear to it.
I like to put my bomb on.
Put your bomb on. It's pretty much just a bird going, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen Caleb.
Hilarious.
Have you heard about squirrels?
God damn it.
There's a huge assault going on.
Sorry.
They found our acorn stash.
There's a war going on, Nalia. I don't have time for this shit.
I can't be your fucking messenger.
I haven't seen him. I gave him word hours ago. He's not here yet.
Yeah,
She kind of shoos the bird away.
I don't know.
Bird in sight, kill him.
I don't know if it's just because it's
Oh god.
I find myself in a new place, but I also find myself quite paranoid over this. Maybe I'm being too careful.
I mean... And she kind of does look around. This place is spooky.
Do you ever come here at night?
I've never been here before.
What did this used to be?
An old temple, I think. I've never been in the heart of it. I've met Kaylin on the outskirts of it, but I figured this would be the safest place. Not many people come here, as far as I know. My father always told me never to come here.
Yeah,
What's in the pool of water?
Oh,
You want to go see? I don't know. She goes kind of like walking up. You do kind of hear a low growl from Oland.
Yeah.
There is a reason I told her never to come here.
Yeah. I figured. Yeah, and
You just kind of feel him gazing about.
yeah, there's fucking something off about it, isn't there?
Master Cedric. There is a woman above the pool of water. Do you see her?
Do I?
You do see Nalia and Jophiel moving toward the pool. You don't see anything, but you're asked again, do you see her?
I don't think I see anything, no. You sure?
All of a sudden, you see from a third-person perspective, seeing through the panther, and you do see a woman standing, hovering above the pool of water. She seems to be murmuring to herself. Shrouded in a black cloak, hovering, you can see what looks like an ancient blade driven through the back of her shoulder. You can't see her front, but you do notice this. As you move forward, Nalia just looks dark water. Go ahead, Sir Cedric.
I'll try to quietly relay that information.
As soon as he does, I'd give what would I do? A whistle or yeah, like a short little just like tweet tweet.
I touched the water. Does anything happen?
Man,
Hold on
y'all
just a
walk
second.
fast as fuck.
God damn.
Just one moment.
Bucking it
I will pull up what
in
you
the dark.
see. So it's as if whenever you walk forward and you look into the water, all of a sudden, it's almost as if you're watching like a horror movie and the light flashes, like lightning strikes, and then everything goes grainy around you. And you do see something.
Gonna say I've got pretty good dark vision.
It was unseen until this moment. So each of you, which I guess I can change it up for you guys so that everyone can see. Let me connect. I'm so sorry. I was not connected. I'm a bad person. So as you look down or look toward it in kind of the center of the water, you see this black cloaked figure. And she's just standing there.
Ominous.
Very ominous. About 15 feet ahead of you and Nalia, as you gaze, and just with her back to you, you see a blade going through her back shoulder, presumably out the front, if it's full sword.
I'm going to.
Can I jump in the pool of water?
What in the fuck are you
So
doing?
you kind of jump toward into the water, and it splashes, and you go down kind of just above your knees, and Nalia's like, what are you doing?
At this point, I would be rushing forward.
As you rush forward, the
Weapons
figure
drawn.
begins to turn slowly, hovering, and you begin to see the face as the cowl's pulled back, and it's a gaunt, pale-skinned, feminine figure, and you see the front of the blade going through her where her heart would be, protruding out, and she has a hand on it, holding it firmly. She's wearing a crown, a spiked white crown that is down over her eyes to where you can't see them. You just see the bottom of her mouth. And the mouth kind of begins to elongate before you. And then all of a sudden, she just screeches as loud as she can with a banshee howl.
Oh, okay.
Roll initiative.
There's a fucking banshee.
You rolled a 4 earlier, Wyler?
Yes.
Okay. Let me set this up for you guys.
I'm not afraid.
Fucking-
I'm not afraid
Good for you.
Yeah.
to take
My,
a stand.
my AC has improved, guys. I'm not afraid.
Yeah,
She's
she
ready to
gets
fight
she gets
shit now.
armor now. She's like, I can do
I am
anything.
the front line.
I
Hear
am
me roar.
invincible.
I am tank.
Yeah, kind of. Although my AC and my HP are the same now.
All right. So,
That's not good.
honey.
That's not good
16.
at all.
Oh, hold on.
Oh no.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
What? Oh. I didn't grab you stuff, sorry.
No, it's fine. This
the
is
worst.
impromptu. I didn't know we were going to get to this fight, but I want to do it. So you see this figure.
I ignited it.
And then Jophiel stands 5 to 15. I don't have a Nalia token on me, so I'll put her right there next to you.
She's the little dice.
She's a dice. And then Everett went rushing forward. Put him kind of right behind Nalia. Sir Cedric, I would assume, would have rushed forward as well. Yes, sir? Would you have liked to? Mr. Cedric, would you have liked to rush forward? Oh, did I lose him? Oh, I didn't
you
do
can
their
read it.
cams on that, so you're going to see a weird thing on Ian and Shawn down there. I'll fix that next
Yep.
time. Sorry.
fine.
No, it's fine.
They're so tiny.
They are
yeah,
so
I see
tiny.
them now. Okay.
As you all go rushing forward, and before I take your initiative, from the waters around you, 2 more creatures rise up.
Pog.
And Alex Dawnkeeper and Brunika, you both turn to see these, and they look like hunchbacked kinku, and their arms and feet have been cut off and stuck into these stilts and wrapped. And they're wearing kind of a cowl over their eyes, and only their beaks show. They're like kinku stilt walkers.
So fucking cool.
And they both kind of rise up amidst the banshee's howl, and their stilts come up, trying to go at you as we take initiative here.
terrifying image.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so Jophiel, you yelled at me first on your initiative, and I forgot what it was.
16.
16. So Jophiel, and then Everett,
20.
and then Alex Dawnkeeper,
13.
and then Sir Cedric,
12 minus 1 is 11.
Brunika.
19.
Nice. And with that, we go here. This music does not work for this. It is not good enough.
We need the combat music.
Yeah, sorry. I was a little unprepared. I apologize. So, I love this map, by the way. The birds, the birds, man, they're a theme. The birds are here to aid the creatures. No, not really. That's fucked up. At the top of initiative order, we have Everett.
Cool. And okay, so I got a banshee in front of me, and I've got 2 stilted kinku behind me. And they all
Murder.
look. They all
Copious
look.
amount of murder.
I just heard murder.
They all look very solid.
Yes. Yeah. It's as if they were hidden in some magical place, and then all of a sudden lightning flashed and the world almost changed around you, and they're here.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and spin and get these kinku off our backs.
Where are you going, sir?
Just that first one right there.
With about 20 feet of movement, you go to the first creature who's rising up, trying to thrust its stilts into the back of Alex Dawnkeeper. As you go running, you do hear
Oh, that's
the banshee as it was wailing. You hear the words, "Bound by blade, sealed by sorrow, revenge shall not wait till the morrow." She kind of screeches out toward you. What would you like to do?
Give me just a sec, because if I don't write this down, I will forget it. Oh, here, this. It's impossible. Okay. I'm going to attack stuff.
All right,
Bye-bye.
let's do it.
With hey, since Alex is right there, dude.
Yeah.
I get.
He's been kind of taken unawares here.
Yeah, that's fair. Yes.
So
True a dead.
he hasn't turned around quite yet.
I don't know.
He's
what's going
glanced
on.
over his shoulder.
He's like, there was a weird noise back there behind me. What possibly could it be?
Monster!
19.
That does hit, actually. That does hit.
Well, yeah, with my whopping D6. Let's go. Oh, shit. Hell yeah, it's 10 damage. Okay. Okay. Fucking, let's go, dice. Let's go.
You scatter across the stilt. It slides up, kind of cutting into the meaty flesh of one of the arms, cutting off kind of a good piece of fat there. As it plops to the ground.
And with my second sword. Oh, no, that one's not as good. 16?
To hit.
Yeah.
16 does hit.
Hey, that's good. What this one? Ah, fucker. 8 damage.
It turns toward you, and its kind of beak comes out at you, and you slash it across the face, taking the cowl away, and you realize that the creature is eyeless as you cut off part of its scalp. Anything else with your turn?
Yeah. Ooh, that's action. Bonus action. Do I want an action charge? No, not yet. Yeah, no, I guess that's it. That's it. I'm good.
Brunika.
Hold on a minute. I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you.
Preemptive issues.
Brunika turns toward one of these stilt kinku and sneezes in its face. It shakes its head back and forth.
And then attempt to set it on fire as I cast Burning Hands.
Do you need a save from me?
Yes. The DC is 13.
10.
10? Alright, so that is still...
It lights on fire. Its poor little feathers.
Yeah, its cowl and stuff does kind of go up in the flames here.
Hold on, I am missing 1d6.
You need a d6? You want me to throw it at you?
Chuck it.
No.
Yeah, go ahead and hand me a d6.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
All right.
What the fuck is this?
All right, let's go.
Is it 2 1s?
3 1s.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, get it. Burn them up.
Wow, that's a very low probability.
Is it?
Yes.
That's harsh, Sir Cedric.
Wow.
Are there any dice?
Tadmar says, "This is inadequate."
Shit.
So yeah, that's big damage. Anything else with your turn?
Disappointment.
You want wild shape? You might have better luck.
Wild shape is an action.
Oh, that was a post? Oh.
It
never mind.
depends on what y'all are.
As you turn and you cast Burning Hands, you watch as a crow flies down and kind of takes the brunt of the damage, but a little of it gets through across the cowl of the creature.
I side with the squirrels on this.
Nice side.
Is that your turn, buddy?
Yeah, it is my turn.
All right, Nalia kind of wails out, "For the heart of the pride!" Not like that. That sounded like a bird. She's going to rush forward toward this banshee and try to attack it.
Dummy.
Oh boy.
Ooh. With an 11, the creature moves so fast, just up into the air. She goes forth with the spear right under her, and then the creature comes back down before her. She's going to try and hit it with the back end.
Ooh.
She whiffs that one too. This time you watch as it comes forward, it hits the blade in the chest of the witch, we'll call her, and bounces off. Yeah. So that's going to be her turn. She's going to stand there fighting it. It is now the witch's turn.
Oh, shit. She rolled high.
The witch is... I need each of you to make, for me, a DC 13 Constitution saving throw, please.
This will be the one I fail. That's how
I
that
fail.
works.
What was it?
18
13.
plus 4, 22.
13
15
con.
plus 1 is 16.
All right.
Oh,
I
shit.
fail it.
I am
just
going
passed.
to use my...
Actually, yeah. I'm gonna use my my heritage and re-roll.
This
right ahead.
one, I'm using my heritage shit. I rolled a 1.
Oh, God. Guys.
Oh, God.
I rolled a second 1!
Guys. No.
You know
Hang
what
on.
banshees do, right, guys?
Hang on.
13 on the money.
Oh, no.
I fucking hate
When you
how
make
they
an ability
manage.
check that uses a skill... Oh, that's not an ability check.
So who all failed?
I failed. Nothing
Anybody
I
else?
can do.
I got a 13 plus 2, 15.
So everyone else got above a 13?
Right,
Nope.
just
Yeah.
hitting it is good. Yeah.
I miss.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, so Jophiel, you fall to the ground, falling to 0 HP.
Okay.
The rest of
Woo!
you take 14 points of necrotic damage.
That's
Ow.
a lot of fucking damage.
As she wails, she uses her wail of despair as it just kind of creaks into your ears as your eardrums begin to burst and bleed.
This
That is going to be her turn.
fucking not good.
Jophiel, you're at 0. Can you give me a death save?
I have advantage on him.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I surely can't have 2 more ones, right?
No, it's impossible.
That is impossible.
I got a 19.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
a pass.
Highly improbable.
Yeah,
All right.
improbable.
Not possible.
impossible.
My turn's over.
Brunika? The Kinku Stiltwalker closest to you attacks
Okay.
you. Ooh, natural 19 on the dice.
That hits.
You singed his robe.
I'm going to use Painful Puncture. So, I need you to roll for me a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Fail.
Okay.
Does it exceed 3 hit points?
4.
I'm down.
So you did fail. You fall under the poison condition as well.
You have advantage on poison.
Yeah,
Doesn't
you have
matter.
advantage on poison?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
On the
down.
save?
I'm down.
Oh, but you go down.
Yeah, he goes down. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
so you go down under the poison condition as well. So that's 2 down.
Well, we're just having loads of fun.
All right, so that is
great.
Pincerman 1. Pincerman 2 is going to attack Alex Dawnkeeper. 9?
No.
9. So the stilts come up, and Everett almost pushes you out of the way. Okay. Alex Dawnkeeper.
Wow.
It was not a good opening round for everyone.
I think we're doing great.
I honestly think you're doing amazing.
Yes.
It's improbable that you guys roll double natty ones again. There's no one else that can do that. Honey, why are you
Excuse
trying
me.
to roll like
Excuse
Wyler?
me.
I'm kidding.
Because I wanted to see if you could kill me.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you can.
All right, so
Wait,
it
wait,
is
wait,
Alex
wait.
Dawnkeeper.
Yeah. Spending a spell slot to add lightning damage to my gun. And then. Oh, do I
So I don't know if you can see it, but you're right here.
That would be kind of.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to figure out who I want to hit.
Okay.
I think we're going to go after the Banshee.
Okay. You gonna shoot from where you're at?
Yes.
So Nalia is right in front of her.
Uh,
It would be a hard shot, unless you move.
Which
You can
moving would be-
move and stay within the range of the creature and get a better shot to where I'll give you straight
Okay.
up.
I will do that.
There you go. That's a pretty good angle.
19 to hit.
That does hit. This is on the witch.
Show a date and then a D4. Not bad damage. That is 10 piercing,
mine's been
2
doing it, so-
lightning.
10 piercing, 2 lightning.
Let's go.
It actually hits it dead on, kind of in the chest, sending sparks as it goes across the blade as the witch howls yet again. Pretty good damage. Anything else with your turn, sir?
Bonus action reload. Nope.
Sir Cedric.
Yeah, move me within range of the Banshee.
Yeah, hit him with that bane hammer.
Smite that motherfucker.
So you're right next to her, and she doesn't seem to notice your presence at all. You would have had advantage anyway, but now you definitely do.
Look how sneaky the paladin is.
As he walks forward, the rest of you watch as he literally goes invisible.
Oh, shit.
I know what's happening. I like this.
Oh, Panther Stalk.
Yeah.
17 minus 1 is 16. Is that
I don't
it?
know
Yes,
what's
sir.
going on. I'm unconscious.
The ability
Yeah,
he had
same.
where he glows in the presence of undead. The creature didn't show itself until initiative just started, but now it's taken into effect where it can't quite see him.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna use a spell slot for smite,
Understood.
and I'm also gonna use the crushing blow ability
Okay.
from the sword.
Heave.
Oh,
Ho.
I'm gonna reroll my ones and twos.
There you go.
All right, understood.
great weapon master.
Okay. 8 and 7 is 15, and 5 is 20, and 6 and 4 is 30, and 4 is 34 damage on the die. And then the sword, I don't get a proficiency mod, but I double my strength mod for attacks. And Great Weapon Master adds plus 10, so it's plus 18. So 34 plus 18.
Hold on.
52.
52.
How do you do it?
Just one big overhang. I tell you what, I don't even hit her flush. I don't cut her in half. I hit her with like the broadside of the fucking sword and smash her into a pancake into the ground.
Oh, nice.
You literally
Completely
pancake her into the
crushed.
earth below her. Well, below it. It doesn't even get out a last wail as it sits there, decomposing in its own filth rapidly. Anything else with your turn?
Can I get within range of anybody else, or I'm too far away?
You're right next to the cat.
You're next to Nalia. If you're talking about allies, you're talking about enemies.
No, enemies.
Oh, he wants
I
to
don't
bonus
think so.
action hit something.
You can't. You can move back toward this stilt walker to about right there, but you're still about 15 feet away.
Okay. Can you throw a sword?
Depends
Bonus action
on the
throw.
sword. Well, it depends on the sword.
Because I killed something, I can use a bonus action to attack again.
Would you like to try?
Yeah.
I have a cool idea. So roll. It's a ranged sword throw, right?
Uh-huh.
But in this case, it's different because I'll get to it. But go ahead and roll like you're using just however you would make your melee attack. Go ahead and roll to hit. Let's see if you hit.
How does
And we'll
this
Okay, so I
see.
can't use the Great Weapon Master, so it's going to be 15 on the die plus 4 will be 19.
I want the mini, but I can't see it. But so what you do is you throw the blade because it does hit. Go and roll damage, and you watch as the panther erupts from the blade in its ethereal state, grabbing it in its maw, coming down onto the creature and slashing it.
Nice.
It disappears right after, and your blade is there at the creature, but it does hit.
Okay, so 8 and 4 is 12 on the die plus 8 is 20.
Oh, how do you do it? How does the
Just-
panther do it? That's right.
Yeah,
that's
the-
literally right on the money.
The panther just runs the blade into the, I guess, the hunchback neck of the Kinku.
It's pretty sick.
That is pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
So this was I was kind of hiding it. The panther does give you an ability to attack through it. So with that bonus action attack, you can use the panther as a ranged attack. It can leap up to 60 feet. So you can kind of use that, but then you have to go get the blade or have it come back to you on the next turn.
Yeah.
So bring it
Sweet.
back to you. That's pretty cool. So, all right. So is that your turn, sir?
Yep.
Everett.
Hey,
Hey, that's you, buddy.
it is me. Let's
Hit the other thing so it doesn't kill me, please.
yeah, I'm trying. Look, I ain't as big and brawny as the other dude, okay? Cedric been working out.
But you're my hero. All right, you're
Aw.
my hero.
Well, in that case, I'll kill it. 18.
18 does hit.
Perfect.
Oh, that's 11 damage.
How you do it?
Yeah,
Yeah, they weren't huge HP pulls, but they were devastating on their attacks.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you can say that again.
I cut off his little fucking stilts and fucking yeah, just I like poking things with these swords.
I
You
like
kind
both
of
things.
you turn and you hold two blades, right?
Yeah.
So you slash out with the left and then the right, cutting the stilts entirely. And as it falls, you kind of upward slash across its chest, sending it into two pieces before you.
Yeah, that's way cool.
The Crimson Wood Hollow goes silent.
Oh fuck.
Go ahead and roll for me. Just roll for me another death save just for funsies here.
Yeah, because I'm still dead.
You procced a trait here.
I pass.
Okay. So you open your eyes with kind of flashing light and you stand.
I do?
Yeah.
If I look around and see,
But everyone does see Brunika on the ground,
going to head that way.
and his eyes are kind of rolled in the back of his head. His veins are like pulsing. He looks like Frodo when he was hit with the blade.
Yeah.
Yes, Sir Cedric?
I'll use my lay on hands to
Okay. To cure
pull
it?
him back.
Give him
Yeah,
1 HP.
Nalia comes running over, literally pulling things out of her pack, trying to find something that Cinna gave her. And you come over, and what does your lay on hands look like? Brunika, you're literally like... You are your soul watching yourself right now, almost being pulled toward the world soul tree, but then Sir Cedric comes walking over.
It manifests in a small flame at the tip of my finger that I'll press into his forehead, and I'll grant him the light of Essos, and bring him back to the world of the living.
As you close your eyes, and you do what you said, and you touch his forehead, as we end tonight's session, you hear one thing in your mind. A question of which you'll answer before we end. Are you zealous?
I am.
With healing energy, your eyes flash open as you see something. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Who is the first fucker that asked us that?
Are you
Or that
zealous?
asked that question?